That would be a cool setup.
How do people? I'm gonna have to look at it again. I'm trying to think how people see him and the monitor at the same time if it's a side shot. But I guess when the guest talks, they cut to that monitor.
Usually, and it's like over his shoulder, isn't it?
No,
So
they
you
actually
still see him, or is it they just cut to the full monitor?
they just cut to that. Hey, could we cut to a shot of just you talking straight from here? Like, what if we went like, oh no, it goes to how do we make it so it goes to you? Oh, it just has to be whoever's in the pole position.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, there you go.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I was gonna do on our next one, where we're just gonna have that, and they have this new feature too.
What's that? Oh, the little writing below the writing. Yeah, that's awesome. They're going big. Hey guys, in a few minutes we're gonna have Phillip Kelly on. I see him in the comments already. We're gonna ask him how it's going. If you didn't see the episode with Phillip was on the show, and we talked to him about his journey through getting COVID-19, the Chinese virus. It's okay to call it that, right? There's the Spanish flu, the Chinese virus, the Armenian penis. They all there's just things that are what they are.
It's not inclusive language.
Did we shoot down that balloon? I saw we shot down the balloon.
Yeah,
After the agreed upon time limit, yes, the balloon was brought down.
Well, now they're mad. Now the Chinese are mad that we shot it down at all. They said it's like a act of war, essentially, or it was too much that we did. It was too much of a overreaction.
Hey, I was starting to think that it was too high for us to shoot it down, and that we were embarrassed that we didn't have guns that went that high.
We didn't have the technology.
Yeah.
No, we definitely have the technology for that.
And then you know, the Jews have those satellites that shoot lasers in outer space that Marjorie Taylor Greene talks about. So maybe they use one of the Jew satellites to shoot it down.
Probably, yeah.
Makes sense.
How? Listen, if you can call it Jew satellites, you can call it the Chinese flu. You can call it everything you want. You can call it the black NBA, just whatever. Doesn't mean that there's no white guys in there. It just is what it is. How about my kid's school? My friend's school in Berkeley, the public school system there is celebrating Black Lives Matter with Black History Month. Do they not know how corrupt Black Lives Matter is?
I don't think they realize that it's like a business.
Oh, they
just think it's like a word.
And that it's owned by white Democrats.
That's the hive, dude.
That it's part of the whole enslavement process. It's so fucking weird. The Democrats are so fucking weird. Oh my God, you guys are so fucking weird. You guys are dangerous. I want to send my mom all the Klaus Schwab shit. Are you guys seeing that? Like, they put out the plan for the planet Earth in 2030. 2,500 calories a day, only 3 new pieces of clothing per year, no own private vehicles. They don't realize that this is the Democrat agenda. No one will ever eat meat or dairy again. Have you seen all this? It's on their website. It's nuts, dude.
It's new?
I don't know if it's new. I just saw it today.
2016, I think,
is when they posted it.
Yeah, here, I'll pull it up.
These guys, how are any Democrats not like, we're on the wrong team? Well, now they even have it more laid out. Yeah, I saw something else this morning where they have it more laid out. They have their first like prototype cities coming out. Just like, can't you just do that in Toronto and we can visit? This is what enslaved humans look like. Or is that what Toronto already looks like? Jeez. Hey, I talked to this friend of mine who lives in China. And 3 years ago, when I used to talk to him about China, he would be very defensive. And now he's like, dude, worst place fucking ever. He said during the lockdown, all the cities were locked down and the people were forced to stay in their buildings. And the government would bring you food, and that the food that would arrive there half the time would be rotten.
They're doing that to some military guys too. So
no shit.
Yeah, for a while, like when COVID first happened, they were like delivering food to people's rooms, and it was like a moldy couple pieces of bread and a piece of ham and mustard. Oh my
God. Yeah, he said the fucking whole country like that. He said it was so bad. He said China was on the verge of civil war. He said he wants out. But 3 years ago, he was defending it. It must have gotten so weird in some places like Canada, Australia, Portland.
Portland.
I want to tell you now, just right off the bat, and I don't want to upset my wife, but when they start letting men into, like, they're already starting letting men into women's prisons and they're raping the prisoners. You all know that. And we've all saw the story of the boy that they let rape those 2 girls at those high schools. He raped a girl at one high school in the bathroom because he was dressed as a transgender. And then he went to another high school and raped another girl. I'm the spirit of what I'm saying is correct. I think one girl he just sexually assaulted and the other one he actually raped. He penetrated his penis into her. We've covered that story many times on the show. But when those parents start killing the other parents and the kids who are doing that, I just want you to know that I don't condone it, but I also don't. I give parent, if you hurt someone's kids, I give them carte blanche pass. I just do. I absolutely don't condone it, but I would never, if you rape someone's daughter and they kill you, I would never spend a % of my money, especially if you do it under the guise of letting a dude into where women should be. I'm not giving anyone, I don't know how to say it, but it's gone to complete insanity. It's gone to complete insanity mode. And now we're at the point. So fat people need to speak up against COVID. Blacks need to speak up against the Democrats. And now we need real strong lesbian women to stand up against and men and gay men to stand up against the transgenders. I mean, these are kind of all abominations of your things that you thought were going to be cool. You thought Black Lives Matter was going to be cool. It's not. You thought trannies were going to be cool. No, they're not. Like it's
not that. It's that when you bend the rules and change it to this fucking crazy land, there's going to be a large group of people that also take advantage of that too.
Caleb's cat looks like a raccoon. That was weird. Yeah, exactly. It's just too far. It's gone too far. Like you start off by saying, "Hey, we're going to do affirmative action," and I get it. I was totally for affirmative action, but the truth is that it's racist and it puts Black people ahead of white people and ahead of Chinese people and ahead of Mexican people, and it plants a seed of racism. And the same thing happened. Like, you think it's going to be cute to do a transgender reading hour at the library, but it's not. Because now you have people with mental illness around their sexuality reading to your kids. It's not cute.
Yeah, it's so weird. And then a lot of times the school people, like the teachers or the board that is pushing for these things, will say, well, we need to have more acceptance and more tolerance. And I just keep going back to, like, well, why don't you just base it off how the kids are treating each other? If you see a kid that's treating another kid poorly due to whatever the reason is, aren't you as an adult and the teacher there to stop that from happening?
Right.
So you don't need to change the fucking bathrooms and make all these like ridiculous rules to keep people being accepted and tolerated. You just have to make sure other human beings are good human beings to each other, as we've been doing or should have been doing all along.
And I approve anyone. Like yesterday, my wife, we were looking for a place to take the kids to party after the jiu-jitsu match, the grappling match.
Remix.
And the Yelp thing said gender neutral bathrooms.
Oh, you went there, right? Because you felt safe and you made sure everybody else, they were safe there, and that was inclusive language.
Just stop going to those places. Hey, because all bathrooms are gender neutral. They always have been gender neutral. There's nothing anyone could stop anyone ever in the history of mankind from going. All bathrooms for the history of mankind have been gender neutral. What they haven't been is sex neutral. And you don't want to go to a place that has sex neutral bathrooms, especially if you're a woman. If you're a guy, you don't give a shit. But like last week I went to the park and there was a homeless guy taking a shit in the men's bathroom. I had to go so bad. So I went into the women's bathroom. It's the cleanest place on earth. You do not want men in your bathroom.
Sounds like you're for it now all of a sudden, huh?
Well, I broke the rules. I was embarrassed. I shit quick and wiped fast. I gave it 2 wipes instead of my usual 3. It was I realized I was breaking the rules. Jay Hartle, a guy at my gym, an old gay guy, hates how trans jump the coattails of LGBT, says it ruins all the hard. Yeah, exactly. Ruins all the hard work. Yeah. That's why that dude has to stand up now. especially the lesbian women need to stand up and just open a can of just full veracity and ferocity on of fire on fucking trans men.
Hey, did you
Just
see
like,
that thing
get the fuck out of our space.
in the LA airport? Don't know if this is true, so people in the comments don't jump on me. I just saw it on the Internet of Things, but it looked like they're putting urinals in one of the women's bathrooms at the
Yeah, I
LAX
saw that.
airport.
Yeah,
is that real? Is that a real thing?
Only Caleb would know.
I went to
Viscosity, yes. Open a serious can of viscosity with ferocity.
I went to the Starbucks yesterday, and they had it was just like a bank of like bathroom stalls, and like you just all stand in line together, dudes and chicks.
What Starbucks? What city? New York?
New York City. It was just like a room of a bunch of stalls, and then everybody just stood in line together and waited for a stall. It wasn't like the work.
Did the stalls go all over the ground?
No, it was just shitters, dude. It was just all shitters.
And did it go to the ground, or could you see underneath them?
Oh yeah, it was like rooms. It was like basically like floor to ceiling walls.
That's a little bit better, but listen, women, you do not want, you fucking idiot feminists.
Oh, Happen figured it out.
No, you do not want us. No, it was a. Go ahead.
Because the women's bathroom was being remodeled. Wait, but the urinals were new, and the woman was in the one with the new urinals.
No, it was a men's bathroom that was used because the woman's was being remodeled.
So the urinals were covered. Got it.
So they switched the sign on the door from men's to women's, and someone went in there and saw a urinal and thought that, okay.
And the urinals were covered. Like they were covered, like they weren't to be used. Okay, got it.
Good dude, happened. Hey, and how about, I approve of that too. Get rid of the men's bathroom and give the women an extra bathroom. I totally
pee outside.
Yeah. The only type of sexism should be to be benefit women. Call me sexist, but it's just the way it is. There was another thing I saw yesterday. I was at Ohlone College in Fremont, and I was in the men's bathroom there. And there was a sign that said if I needed, what's the stuff girls use when they're bleeding? Like
feminine products?
Yes. If you need it, God, what would feminine sanitary napkins? What the fuck? Something like that. But it was stuff that only women would need. And it was in the men's bathroom. And it said, if you need these products, we have them available free at all times at the front desk. Is there anything men get free all the time?
Condom.
Yeah, shit.
Sanitary nap. What isn't that what they're called? Or is that like 80s talk? I don't know. But either way, you don't need that in the men's bathroom. Made me hate the college. You don't. Yeah. My wife always had one of those things like swimming at the bottom of her purse. I don't remember those things in my I don't remember my mom's purse having that, but definitely I feel like anytime I look into my wife's purse or used to look into it, there would be like, or her wallet or anywhere, there was one of those things, like it looks like a bullet. Always a few of those. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like I just want to shove it up my nose every time I see it.
That's where I didn't think you wanted to shove it, but I'll take it.
It just looks like it fits perfect up there.
It probably would if you had a nosebleed.
Did we give Mr. Kelly a link?
I did. So
Mr. Kelly, Phillip Kelly was on, he got COVID, was in the hospital, basically should have died. CrossFitter, and then survived. And he's been on the comeback. And then when he was on the show, I talked to him about California hormones, and he's been taking California hormones, some form of medication that was prescribed via the blood work he had done there for the last couple months. Hey, I want to say something. Hiller made a video yesterday where he went to Reddit, and I watched it. People say all this crazy shit. Man, people are so stupid. Hey, listen, if you can always say that the thing with the Liver King is you have to know I'm not taking sides. Just like I didn't take sides with Nicholas Joyelle. I don't care if anyone does steroids. And yes, I'm very, very thankful that hi caller, hi, go interrupt, fine.
Hello, Sevan. Sorry for interrupting. Calling you from Bolivia, actually.
Bolivia.
In South America, Central America,
South America, Sevan.
South
Yes.
America. Yeah. Okay.
I love your show.
Oh, thank you.
Watching you since the pandemic started. Yeah, with the Joss and Matt Sevan podcast.
Oh wow. Hey,
Yeah,
is
wonderful.
Belize the same as Belize?
No, Bolivia.
Oh, Bolivia.
No, man.
Bolivia. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, just calling because I believe 3-4 shows ago you were speaking with Brian for some other sports that are actually dangerous. I just wanted to recommend you to watch a Netflix documentary.
Okay.
It's called Local Games.
Local
And
games.
The first episode, yes, sir. And the first episode is Calcio Histórico. It's like a match of football, but with very heavy violence. It's wonderful, actually. It's better than MMA for me.
Hey, did you watch the fights last night?
No, I couldn't.
Yeah, I didn't make it to the. I didn't see the Derek Lewis fight. I didn't see the main event. I went to bed early too. So I still don't know.
Oh,
Hey, I'm looking up local games on.
It's home game.
What
Home
is
game.
it?
Home game.
Oh, home game. God, I don't listen so good.
No, he said local game. It might have been translated differently for him.
Oh, okay. He translated it from Spanish to
Yeah, sorry about that.
English. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna watch this with my kids right after the show. Home games, and I should watch episode 1.
Yeah, Calcio Histórico.
Okay.
It's like a soccer game with some fighting in it from Florence, Italy.
Okay.
It's wild.
Is it?
Oh, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm into it. Thank you. Hey, how did you find the podcast? Are you a CrossFitter?
Yes, I do CrossFit.
Oh, awesome. And what's the name? Do you go to a gym or you just do it at your house?
No, we don't have affiliates over here,
Mhm.
but yes, I train at a gym that is called Synergia Elite Training.
Is it owned by the cartel?
No,
Oh, okay.
unfortunately.
Okay. I'm just showing you my prejudice. See,
Yeah.
all those of us who live in America, just like you think we all are transgender, we think that everyone there is part of the cartel.
And both are kind of right.
Yeah, so I apologize for my.
So when you were filming the CrossFit documentary, did you identify as a camera?
Yes, I identified as a camera. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Well, thank you for
Thank
calling.
you for answering.
Yeah, call back anytime, brother. Good to hear your voice. Tell me your name.
Angelo.
Angelo, great to meet you, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, talk to you soon. Please call
great
back.
to meet you. Well, love your podcast. Great content. Thank you guys for all you guys are doing.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Adios.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Bye. There was a time in my life where like I knew all the countries, right? And like I knew like how many continents there were, and I knew the states and all the capitals. And now my brain is just mush. When someone says Bolivia, I'm like, is that the capital of Colombia? You know, like
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Well, we pronounced
Is
it
my-
differently too. So
is Morocco in Spain? Like I'm just a mush puddle. Hi, Philip. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Good. Is that you that I'm getting feedback from? Let me see.
It could be. My heater furnace was just on.
Oh, okay. It goes. Psh, psh,
it's not that bad.
psh.
It could be. I could
No,
I
it
could
sounds
try to
It's
play that on
fine.
AirPods, but I think that your
No.
listeners, I think
Your
it's
audio
worse.
is your audio is great on your computer.
Yeah,
Okay.
it sounds good now.
This is just an iPad, actually.
Hey, where'd you get that CrossFit Forging Elite banner?
It's a secret.
You volunteered somewhere and ripped it down?
No. Actually,
Yeah.
I got it on eBay, super cheap, actually, a long time ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I
eBay.
wanted something for my garage. They didn't make no rep flags back then, so.
Hey, I wish I would have taken all that stuff back in the day when I would go to all the regionals and stuff. I wonder if I could have sold all that crazy shit on eBay now.
For sure.
Probably.
I'm trying to see if they.
I have
it
some
anywhere.
great pukey posters.
I have actually have a no rep flag. I haven't put it up yet.
How's life?
It's good. I actually was sick this week, coincidentally. So
Is that scary for you when you get sick now?
no,
No. Okay.
but that's a common question that people ask me all the time when they see me out and about and I run into people. Sometimes people will ask me if it's a concern for me, right? Am I worried about getting sick again? And well, no, I'm not. Same as before I got sick. I am not going to live my life going around being afraid to get sick of something, right? To get sick. I mean, I'm just not going to live that way. And you only live once, so I got to live. I can't be stuck in my house, you know?
Yeah. What do you have? Just a stuffy nose, cold?
Yeah, for the most part. I did have like what felt like I had a pretty good, like a headache Monday, Tuesday, and a little bit Wednesday. And so I could have had like a mild grade fever of some type, but if it was COVID, I wouldn't know.
Because you didn't get tested.
No, why would I?
Right. Exactly. Is there any reason why you should? Why you would?
Well, I probably would test myself if I was feeling the same way that I did when I was sick before. I mean, I was bedridden sick, right? But even then, I probably might not. I might just start checking my blood oxygen to make sure that that's up. And if that was up, I wouldn't. If I saw that dropping, then I might take a test.
What do you use to check your blood oxygen? The watch, the Apple Watch, or one of those oximeters that goes on your finger?
I don't have the newest watch that will do that, but I have the blood. No, I barely even use that thing anymore. A pulse oximeter.
Yeah.
I have those all over the house. I just never use them anymore.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Yep. I have those all over.
Wow, look how cheap that one is. There's one for $14.99.
Yeah, $14.
You can pick them up at Target or like Walgreens or whatever.
Wow, that's crazy.
I think some of the stores upped the prices on those during like the pandemic.
Sure.
Because I bought one at Walgreens when I first came home from the hospital, and it was $50.
Yeah.
$34.99 now. I'm seeing the exact one from Walgreens.
Should we make CEO flags?
I like the Bam or Live flag. Somebody else suggested that up here.
Phillip, so you were in the hospital for 40 days, right?
No, more. 59.
60, 59. In 40 days, you were unconscious. They kept you in coma.
Yeah. I guess because mostly because I was fighting. Well, I was fighting the vent and I was really agitated, they said.
And then how long ago was that?
August 2021 to October 2021.
Okay, that sound came back. Yeah, can you turn that, whatever that is,
Yeah,
off?
hold on.
What it does is it damages your voice, makes your voice funny.
I always like when they're in the gym. I thought about setting one of these up in the gym.
A what?
A like microphone and a spot to podcast.
Oh.
It'd make it more convenient sometimes for me.
Hey, you could do that, especially if you got a mic that was super duper directional, so where like you couldn't hear shit past here. They have those. I think. Can you hear me now? Does when I go back here, does my voice go way down?
It sounds far away. Yeah, it goes way down.
Yeah.
There's a real nice, like if I got a real nice one, like you said, a directional one, and set it up there, you wouldn't be able to hear it. I'm in an office too, so the door would be shut in the office, plus the directional mic, plus you probably wouldn't hear too much of it. But you definitely catch some background noise of like barbells dropping every now and then, and like the coach yelling, which might be cool.
It would be cool if you could see it. It would probably be fine, because then people's brain would register. It's the problem when you don't see it and then you hear the sound. Like if we saw a fan swinging back and forth behind him and that sound was happening, it would probably be okay.
We'll have to try one time. I'll do a little setup at the gym.
No plan B flag. Yeah, there you go.
The no plan B thing, everybody always just relates that to abortion right away. Whenever I wear that shirt. I never like think about it that way. Then I'm like wearing it and somebody will mention something about it.
Maybe we could put no plan B or C.
With the whole alphabet.
Hey, Souza, what do you think the record is for most? I may have to answer this question here. I'm going to ask this question, and then we'll answer it when Philip goes. But what do you think the most people anyone has ever had sex with in a gym? like what's the most people, like whether it's an instructor, like do you think that there's some guy who's been a member at a gym who's had sex with like 5 different girls there in his tenure there, or 10?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, what you know, recently there was that woman at that police department.
Yep.
I think she became kind of famous. She slept with a bunch of the
everybody on her ships.
There's got to be some crazy stories. Okay, so Philip, 40 days in coma, 59 days in the hospital, and then how long ago was that?
It was August to October of 2021.
And okay, and so basically we're this August will be 2 years.
Yeah.
And then when did you start the TRT?
Well, actually, this weekend is the end of my 8th week.
Oh, no shit. Congratulations. How's that going?
It's going good. It's going good. I made a list of.
I don't know if I believe you. You went like there was something wrong.
I've been sick, dude.
Oh, okay.
I've been sick. No, I've been sick. Well, just a couple little taps on getting more syringes and needles, but we got it figured out.
Yeah, I spoke to Gary Roberts, and his pharmacy gave him the wrong shit. I was glad to hear it was his pharmacy and not California Hormones. Yeah, his pharmacy gave him the wrong stuff.
Well, so I'll clarify too, because I've spoken a lot with Amanda over at California Hormones.
Okay.
And they send in the orders to the prescription to the pharmacy, and so then California Hormones can only do so much. The pharmacy is the one who then has to do their part.
Right.
And so I understand that, the ball can be dropped there. So no big deal. I told Amanda, I said, we live in California, so I can go get needles anywhere. Right. So that's not a problem.
Head down to the city.
One quick thing real quick. I had sex with 9 ladies for my gym. Well, okay, hold on. We'll come back to that in 15 minutes. And then someone else, there was another one. What happened to Hillerfit? Nothing happened to Hillerfit. I called him last night and asked him if he wanted to do a show. I gave him 20 minutes notice and he said no. He only gets 20 minutes notice. No, there's no. I'm just trying to do as much shows as I can. I should have done this one with Philip a month ago. I'm just behind the ball. Nothing. I love Hiller.
That was my fault last time. I didn't send Philip that link when we were supposed to. We're halfway through the show.
Okay. So 8 weeks is coming up
today. Well, yeah, this is 8 weeks. I'll take my 9th week. I'll take my first injection on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday.
I thought California Hormones shipped everything in a box. So what happened is they had to they launched that, and then there were some issues with it because for legal reasons, I don't know the specifics, but it had to come from a certain kind of warehouse, and it wasn't coming from that warehouse. So they had to put that on pause, and they're refiguring that out. So now it's back to the old way. Is that correct, Philip? It's
as far as I know. I haven't received one of those boxes, but
okay.
It's not a big deal. You're just drawing it yourself out of the bottle.
Yeah, that almost seems fun.
At first, I've never done heroin, but I did, start to feel like, wow, I feel like I've seen this in a movie, but.
Yeah. Do you ever put the rubber thing? I was thinking about starting a show like that one day where I put the rubber thing around my arm and I'm holding it in my mouth and I'm shooting. Oh, bam, we're live.
You could make CEO / California Hormones bands that you could give people.
Oh, wow. Do you do that? Do you put it like a little wrap? No, your veins are good enough.
I inject it in my butt.
You put it in a muscle. You're not putting it in a vein.
Oh.
If you want to inject something into a vein, then you need a tourniquet to make the vein more pronounced.
Yeah.
So that you can inject it or start an IV or something like that.
If you CrossFit, the phlebotomist doesn't even really need that band. They can see the veins in our arms.
That's true. That was the same thing the person taking the blood when I was in Newport last time said. It's like, oh, I love the CrossFitters. They're ready to rock.
They're all veiny and shit.
You gave yourself away with that because when I went down there to have my blood done, Amanda asked me, do you need anything? And I was like, what would I need? she started laughing, and so did the girl who was going to draw my blood. She goes, well, sometimes you tough guys, you guys come in here and she goes, you guys get lightheaded, you pass out and all this stuff.
Well,
She goes, I don't know what
tough
it
guy.
is.
He already wasn't referring to me, so that's
Sousa
fine.
fucked it up for all the CrossFitters. Now they all think that we all faint.
Hey, all I hear is all the ladies in Newport remember me. So I don't know what the issue is that you guys got
Yeah.
going. You motherfuckers weren't memorable.
True.
Okay,
I laughed
so
when she told me that, I never would have. Yeah. Plus, by then, like how many needles and stuff have I had in me now after going through what I went through in the hospital? I'm like, go ahead.
True.
so 8 weeks. What are the biggest things you notice?
Well, I don't want to just say more energy because that I feel like you guys already get that. But so for my situation, I will tell you that I'm looking down at my list here. One of the symptoms that I have been having ever since then, after coming home, are every now and then throughout the day or multiple times throughout the day, I would get like this wave of dizziness just hit me. And so I just would have to stop and just like, sometimes I would just put my hand on like the counter or the desk by me and then just chill for a second and then keep going with what I was doing. But that's since gone away. I was tired midday most days and felt like I needed naps, and that I haven't felt that way. And that was not something that I don't think that was like a conscious thing. You know, I don't want it to seem like, oh, because I know that I'm taking TRT now, I don't need those things. I'm just living my life regular, and noticed after the fact, oh wow, I haven't been needing to like take a break throughout the day, you know. Also, I shave my head all the time, and so my hair is growing really fast, faster, which I think Hiller mentioned maybe, or
Yeah,
maybe
he did.
just yeah. So shaving my head all the time is not a big deal. I already do that. But if you have a beard, guys, and you're trying to like maintain it, as fast as it's growing now, I mean, it's like I feel like I'm in a barber shop in my house all the time, just trying to keep up, just trying to
That's
maintain.
what it's like being Armenian. I have to. I basically shave every day. Some
Yeah, right.
shaving. I do have to do something every day.
And I don't know. I'll probably have to get extra large shirts. I probably ordered too small of a shirt when I ordered this large, but.
So you are getting bigger. Are you getting stronger?
Yeah, for sure. I haven't tried heavy lifts yet.
Not even chill heavy lifts, like maybe like a couple reps deadlift or a bench press or maybe like a weighted pull up. Have you tried any of those?
I did. I went with my wife to an affiliate about a month ago, and they were deadlifting. And at first, like in my head, I was like, "Oh man, I haven't deadlifted in a year and a half." And everybody there, they know that I'm like everybody there knows that I'm a CrossFit trainer, but they don't necessarily know that I'm in like recovery. So I have this little bit of ego thing going on in my head, like these people are gonna like be checking me out to see how much I can deadlift. But they were doing, I forget what it was, you know, maybe you were doing like 3 sets of 5, then 5 sets of 3, but I got up to, I think 235 or 245. And that surprised myself because deadlift hasn't ever been a strong lift for me anyways. So in my mind, for me to be able to go that heavy, and I was doing that for reps.
Were you sore?
You know what was sore? My upper back. My upper back's always sore after I deadlift because I'm trying to keep my shoulder blades retracted.
Me too.
I don't want my shoulders to pull forward. So that's the only thing that was sore. And that's always been that way when I would deadlift.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That is awesome. And it'd been a year and a half since you fooled around with deadlift.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Most of my workouts, like I know you ride the bike a lot in your garage.
Yeah.
The majority of my workouts, all this training, I've just been using dumbbells. So alternating dumbbell snatches, dumbbell, hang clean and jerks in my workouts. Because I knew that I was going to be coming on here. The last time was around the time when Hiller was posting his Angie time and his score. And I think you guys talked about it. So I did Angie so I could give you like a number of something, right? And so what I did was, as soon as I started that,
Tell me what Angie is again. That's the thrusters, pull-ups, row.
No, it's
What's
100 pull-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100
Oh, okay.
push-ups and air squats too.
Right.
Yep.
Which one am I thinking? What's the one what's the one where it's the row thruster pull-up one?
Jackie.
Okay.
Oh, Jackie.
Okay.
That's a good workout.
Okay.
That's a great workout. Yeah.
Okay. So Angie, sorry.
Anyways,
go on.
yeah. So I said, okay, well, I'm gonna do a benchmark workout so I can give you like a number or something, or just wherever just to give you an idea of where I'm at now. And I surprised myself because, well, as with most of my workouts, whether I write it for myself or if it's a benchmark workout, I scale a lot of things, not necessarily the weight that I write out for myself before I start, but I may end up modifying things as soon as the workout starts and I'm like, okay, I already know I need to change these things in my head, and I do. So yeah, exactly, Jeremy. So as soon as I started Angie, well, I went into that thinking, okay, I'm going to do my pull-ups in sets of 5. And
hey, dude, just the fact that you would attempt that workout 400 reps of pretty significant body weight movements is pretty crazy.
To the average person, right? I guess.
Well, or just anyone who's been through what you've been through. Yeah, definitely the average person.
What's the
100 pull-ups could probably kill most people.
Yeah, what's the statistic on how many people have gone through something like you have, and then they're like a year later, like, oh, I'm doing my 100 pull-ups. Like, I bet you it's like
it's got to be so few.
2 people, you and maybe one other person.
They're not. I know. My doctor told me that I'm still early in my recovery and I need to not get frustrated with things. So I guess he's right. But so I went into that workout and I already knew I can't go through it all the way straight through. Like pre getting sick, I would have done the workout that way. But I said, there's no way I'll be able to get through that in a reasonable amount of time. And I don't want to be out here working out for 45 minutes. So what I did was I did 10 rounds of 10 of each movement.
Cool.
And for me, I already knew for those movements in the workout, I knew the pull-ups were going to gas me the most. Sit-ups, you're on the ground. Push-ups,
it's 10.
And then the air squats. So it was the pull-ups is what gassed me at the beginning of each round. But I still was able to just I felt like I was cooking through that workout. And so I finished in 23:38.
Wow, dude. Holy shit.
So
dude.
what I did was, and I was able to sustain this, I would do 5 butterfly pull-ups, come down off the bar. Then I would do 5 kipping pull-ups. And it was I did it intentionally that way. Yeah. Because I want to work on both. I need to add more of that into my training. So it worked out perfect, actually.
Does your doctor CrossFit? That's a great question.
No.
Were you sore from that workout?
Not really.
No shit. See, that's weird. I mean, I move every day. I do 2 little workouts every single day. And if I did that workout, I would still be sore. I would for sure be sore from that. Probably the sit-ups and the pull-ups would make me sore. My lats and my stomach would be sore for sure. For sure.
I kind of feel like
I can't do 100 pull-ups without getting sore ever. Actually, now that I think about it.
I don't think
even toes to bar. If I do toes to bar, my lats will get sore. Yeah, well, I do a lot of pull-ups. I do a lot of pull-ups too, but 100 pull-ups is crazy.
Maybe not though. You're breaking it up like that in those sets. So breaking up the movement.
23:38, dude.
I mean, I was cooking. I was pushing myself, and
yeah. Did you ever have to break up the push-ups? Were you able to do all the push-ups unbroken?
No, I have to break those up.
Push-ups too.
Those in sets of 5 also.
Okay.
But I have to break those up. Push-ups will. I will fail out if I do huge sets of those.
So the sit-ups and the squats were like just nothing.
The squats were a little bit more like, okay, you just got to push through these, right? Because they can start to get tiring. But I felt like that was more mental, and I just told myself, these are just air squats. You can do this,
Do you think you would have tried that if you weren't on?
Too, that the pull-ups were what were really gassing me. So I was like, I got to get through this so I can get back to the shitty part and get through that again.
I know, right, Bruce? That's nuts. Hey, do you think you would have tried that if you weren't doing the California hormones, the TRT replacement? Yeah, you would have tried it anyway?
I did Cindy a year ago.
Oh, okay.
My score was like 6 rounds.
In 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So actually,
Hey, I'd love to see you do Cindy. I'd love to see you do 20 rounds of Cindy now and see what, just who cares about the time domain, just do the rounds and see how fast you could do 20 rounds. I bet you if you gamed it, you could get really close to 20 minutes.
I could get close probably.
I bet you if you don't get close, you're going to be like at 19 rounds at 19 minutes. And that last round is unfortunately going to take you like 3 minutes or something weird's going to happen. You know what I mean? How that happens. You're like, I'm going to get it. Yeah. And then you get stopped on something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I'd rather not know how much time is left because that gets into my head too. I was going to do Cindy again this week. I marked it on my calendar a year ago when I did it and told myself, you're going to do it again in a year. And obviously I knew I would get further than 6 rounds, but still, I just wanted to do it again a year later. So with me getting sick this week, I was like, I just don't feel I'm at like 100%. And I want to be able to have my energy, like, and just not have like this headache when I go to do that workout. So
yeah. How about boners? How about erections?
What about them?
Are they different? Are they different?
I don't notice that they're different. Like I was thinking about this yesterday. I don't notice that they're different, like Hiller mentioned necessarily. But
okay.
I think he's on a little bit higher dose of
testosterone than you are. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure he is. Like 7 times the amount.
Probably. Probably.
Have you put on any weight or lost any weight?
My guess is that I have put on some weight because like I said, I usually wear a large shirt, but now I'm starting to feel like, is this large a little too snug? And maybe I need to get into an XL. But
is your body composition changing at all?
That I don't really know necessarily.
Okay. Do you think you would know? Because Gary acts like it's not affecting him and it's 100% affecting him. It's like, he's like, it's not affecting me at all. I can't wait to work out 3 times a day. I'm so fucking excited. I want to bone all the time. Oh my God. Like, I mean, you know, like Gary's like, it's like clearly affected Gary. And he's like, I want more. And it's
I
like,
agree
oh
with that,
shit.
but you know, when you see yourself every day, you don't notice things that other people do.
Right. Okay.
And so I'm only 8 weeks in now. So yeah, Trish.
So the magic of testosterone is the recovery, not the performance. Are you working out every day?
Yeah, maybe 1 rest day a week, but I try not to because I like to do something. I like to move every single day. I got to do something. If I don't, man, if I go 2 days and I can't get a workout in, I'll start to get grumpy. I don't know if anybody else is like that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, that's how I get too.
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So like this week, even with me feeling sick, when the sun was out and it wasn't raining, I would throw on my weighted vest and go for a walk, at least outside, just to do something.
Has anyone said anything different about you? Has your wife said anything like, "Hey, your penis is as thick as a Coke can," or you get angry? You're getting angry. You're now hitting the kids with a closed hand. You used to only hit them with an open hand. Like any?
No, she hasn't.
No.
It's.
And who gives you the injection?
I do. I asked her if she wanted to do it one time, and she's not really good with needles, and
I hear that.
She wasn't like excited. I said, it's okay, you don't have to do it. I'll do it.
Hey, can she pop pimples on your back and zits? Is she good at that?
She loves that shit.
Oh, my wife sucks at that. It's almost like I didn't get a real woman. Sometimes I wonder if she's a robot. I'm like, hey, can you pop? I know I got something there. Can you get it? And she
get it yourself.
That's
yeah,
an opportunity to torture.
No, my wife wants to be able to do it. She just doesn't. She wasn't like gifted that skill that every other woman has, getting blackheads. My wife just doesn't have that skill.
I don't know. So I've told, there's been a few times in the past where my wife is maybe getting one on my back and I'm letting her. I'm like, all right. And I'm trying to breathe through it, but I feel like she's taking her time on purpose.
Yeah, she enjoys it. They love it.
It hurts so bad. I tell her, like, I'm going to sock you if you don't like get it done.
Speed this shit up.
Stop. Like, I'm going to turn around and deck you. You got it. Get it done.
I love doing that shit personally. I love a good blackhead that's got like a hair attached to it or something.
Oh, that's like grossed me out. Hiller's like that too. He was like telling me about it. We were sitting behind somebody one time and he's like, "You see that?" And I'm like, what? He's like, see that pimple on that guy's neck? I just want to pop it. I was like, oh fuck.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Okay, I have to tell you one thing before we do get off though, Sevan, because
Okay, please.
when I was on before, we veered off into another direction, then we ran out of time.
Okay.
But
that never happens on this show. I'm sorry.
I know.
Probably Suze's fault.
I know, but I feel like in order for this like friendship to continue, I have to tell you this. And so after I came home and was in my recovery and everything, you already know what I'm gonna say, right?
No, I'm scared
Okay.
though. You had dreams about my wife?
No,
Look at him shift around, get a little.
While I was sick, okay, and even once I was awake, and then after I got transferred to rehab, and while I was sick, those doctors, while I was sick, let's say even in ICU, were giving my wife the hardest time because we weren't vaccinated. Okay?
Okay.
Which is a pretty shitty time to give my wife any discussion about it when I'm on a ventilator and unconscious, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I wasn't supposed to get out of the hospital. And so
I forgive you, my son. I forgive you.
I know. So we get home, and obviously my wife was super traumatized from what she went through while I was sick. I mean, basically, because nobody could go and see me, and then she's trying to raise our kids and keep everyday life as regular as possible for them, getting them to school, telling them, yes, daddy's sick, but he's doing good, or whatever it was, just trying to keep things regular for them, keep them in their routines, like with my son going to baseball practices and stuff like that.
How old is he, Philip?
He is 10 now.
Yeah, it's crazy traumatic for your kids. Crazy traumatic.
Yeah, more, my daughter was 5 at the time. And so in her mind, it really was just like, oh yeah, daddy was sick or whatever, no big deal. But it did affect my son. I just recently found out that there was days when my in-laws would be taking him to school, and then he would just start crying, saying, I want my daddy.
Yeah.
And so I was like, like that hurts to hear, obviously. But so long story short, I'd been home probably a couple months, and the whole time my wife kept bringing up like the vaccine discussion. And I told her, I said, if you want to get it, it's a personal choice. So if you want to get it, get it.
Right. I'm sure they vaccinated you when you were unconscious. I hate to say it. I'm sure they did.
Isn't that illegal?
Paul was here and they vaccinated him when he was unconscious. The other guy who was in coma.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, it wouldn't.
I'm sure they did. Don't you think they did?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
I mean, anything's possible. If they give me remdesivir without my wife's knowledge.
Yeah.
They did that? And they did that?
Yeah, I don't know what really like the protocol is for something like that. If the paramedics come and pick me up at my house because I'm unconscious and my oxygen is in the 50s, so they rush me to the hospital, then are the doctors just, and obviously they were using remdesivir on people, or they're just like, okay, just immediately just start this, or this. You know what I mean? That's what I picture in my head. Get him intubated right away, start these things, and remdesivir is just part of the cocktail.
Right.
So maybe somebody did do that, but with the way Kaiser's set up, I mean, and I imagine most hospitals are this way nowadays. Everything that they give you it's the bottle's scanned. Everything is scanned. It's put on the computer. They scan your bracelet. It's all like, it seems to me like it would be hard for somebody to sneak something extra to you.
If they're gonna administer anything to you, they're gonna have it documented. So I'm guessing you probably have all your medical records. If you just look through it, you can see if something was administered. Yeah, there's like a very significantly unlikely chance that anything would have been like sneakily administered to somebody without it being documented. So if it's not documented in your medical records, then you're probably good. Okay,
I apologize for interrupting your story. So your wife is concerned.
So she ended up going and getting vaccinated, and I don't have a problem with that, right? I mean, it is what it is. Of course, we're seeing all of these things come out now with like side effects and things, which were bound to happen. And so she got it, and then she was starting to I'm going to say pressure me, but I don't want her to like feel whatever she's going to feel, how she's going to feel. But there was pressure there, right? And after everything that I had gone through, and she's obviously dealing with her like PTSD. I mean, if I cough, she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine." And she's not like a hypochondriac or anything.
She didn't want to lose her husband. She didn't want to lose her husband.
And so she's just
I get it.
She kept like just bringing it up. Have you thought about it? And I just, when your wife keeps bringing something up and you're like, I'm not sure how many different ways I have to tell you no.
Yeah. How are we going to pay the mortgage? I don't know.
No, it just got to the point where I was like, I'm just going to get the fucking thing so that I can get her off my back.
Yeah.
I'm tired of talking about it.
Yeah.
And so she said, I don't know what it's going to do. She's like, yeah, you already have antibodies. You were sick. That makes sense to me. She's like, I don't know I think the doctors got into her head a little bit too.
Sure.
And she's just said, if you were to get really sick again, if the vaccine is something that's going to give you an additional layer of a fighting chance, why not just get it? And I just said, I'll just go get it. And then we can be done talking about it. So I got the vaccine and I got
How long ago was this?
It was January of last year.
Hey, I have friends who don't know that they're vaccinated, and their story is exactly the same. Like dozens of friends whose wives and in-laws, like shitloads, that's the way they ended up getting the vaccine. Your exact story.
Yeah. And so my thing is, almost even more so, is that
did you have any side effects from the vaccine?
I don't know. Maybe me being dizzy is from getting the vaccine.
Oh, right. Right. How would you know? Right.
So I want to be transparent in these things.
Oh, I'm so glad you are, dude. You're the best.
And so even with that being said, like, I'm still not like, I got the dumb thing, and I still look, I'm even without that, I'm not afraid to go out and be around people. I don't think there's enough known about these vaccines for them to be pushed onto people the way that they are.
Right.
And so I still feel the same way about things as I always did for the most part. And it's unfortunate to me, in my opinion, that there's not more people willing to say, you know what, maybe we were wrong about this.
Right. Right.
But
I hope I'm wrong about it.
I don't know.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope that because the majority of the people did get the injection, I hope that the injection was the way to go. I really, really, but from the bottom of my gigantic, enormous heart, I hope that everything that I suspect about the vaccine is wrong. God, that would be so awesome. I would be so happy. The problem is that those people who are involved in the making of it have made us so suspicious of them. It's so disingenuous, everything they say. We saw, I mean, that guy offering French fries and hamburgers.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God.
Crazy.
Anyway, well,
nobody bats an eye at it too.
No.
Yeah.
No one, like I was just saying, there's a whole school district. The Berkeley Unified School District is supporting Black Lives Matter this month. It's like one of the most corrupt organizations that we've seen come in the last fucking 5 years. And all it's doing is fucking abusing.
That's in Berkeley?
Yeah, and all it's doing is abusing Black people. I mean, it is at the core of so many Black men being killed in the last 2 years. At the core of it, a 34% increase on black crime since that whole BLM defund the police movement started. I mean, it's like, it's fucking genocide on fucking Black people. And it's and yet the Berkeley Unified School District is supporting it with the notion and the premise that it's supposed to be helping Black people. And let me tell you, Berkeley's like one of the whitest communities like you could ever be in. It's so, I mean, that's one of those communities, by the way, where I would walk around outside during the mask era, and like a lady rode by me and my kids and yelled at her kids, "Don't go near them," because my kids weren't masked. This is like outside in a park.
I'm not a fan of Berkeley. It smells there.
Oh, it's crazy, dude.
Hey,
but it's really nice. I'm telling you, what's crazy is that geographically, it's one of the nicest places on earth. You can grow anything.
Yeah. Well,
anyway, Mr. Rhodes, hi, love you, buddy.
Have you seen the?
Hey, do you have buyer's remorse? Do you ever get scared, like listening to this show and there's like, Jesus, Sevan, like, I hope that doesn't happen. No,
I see stuff. I mean, I see stuff too. It's just, I don't know. I maybe I just like to try to like think positively and think, well, I already like had the brush with death, and you know.
I bet you half the listeners of the show are vaccinated.
I bet you more.
More?
Yeah.
I think it's 69% of the United States I saw.
Yeah, just statistically speaking, if we have 200 people watching, just do the math on it. You're going to have that same statistic right here.
Hey,
69%.
if something did happen to you, though, imagine how horrible your wife would feel from the vaccine.
Yeah, maybe, but her and I have talked about it, and she knows that. Like, I could have. I'm not a pushover, and she knows that I'm not going to do anything. If I was like just super dead set, but I also do want
Good
to.
point. Well, you
like,
did say you took it to get her off your back.
I did,
Yeah.
but it was more so like to give her some additional peace of mind.
What if she wanted to put a strap on? Would you
I'm
acquiesce?
so glad I didn't tell my parents to watch this.
Because I've told that story of that girl who begged her boyfriend to take it with the strap on, and then he liked it, and then she hated him for liking it, and she left him. That's the condensed version. She lost all respect for him.
That's a setup.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
Black Harvard girl, white boyfriend, begged him to take it and to dump her. He eventually, after a couple of years, acquiesced. He started wanting it. She said, "I'm out." There's no respect for him.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say though, because you mentioned the Berkeley. You said that's a school district that's doing that.
Yeah, be Berkeley Unified School District. I'm
seen
sure
it?
there's tons of school districts in California that are supporting Black Lives Matter. We live in crazy town, banana pants here.
I know. I do have this school parent who's trying to this parent who's trying to talk to me about my kid claiming he's racist. But
hey, dude, are your kids vaccinated? I know it's none of my business, but
hell no.
So I have a really close friend of mine, probably listening to the show right now, who got his fucking kids vaccinated so that they could go to college after he had been adamantly against them getting vaccinated. And then his kids and his wife pressured him to get vaccinated, and he got vaccinated because the kids got vaccinated. That shit makes now we're getting into fucking just crazyville.
I don't even want my kids to go to college.
Yeah,
so
me
they can
neither.
get indoctrinated
Me neither.
Exactly.
But I was gonna say, have you seen the documentary, what is it, The Greatest Lie Ever Sold, the one that Candace Owens made about?
No, I haven't, but I have seen the
gotta see
preview
it.
for it. Is it good?
You got to see it. And people who don't like Candace Owens, who I don't think really have actually listened to or paid attention to some of the things that she does.
comes a little strong. She's got a lot of venom in her. I like her, but she's not my cup of tea. She reminds me of like old school Trump or old school Fox News.
Yeah, but
I like her.
She's like,
yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
she in that documentary, she goes around and she goes and interviews George Floyd's roommates, and they haven't seen a penny from Black Lives Matter.
oh yeah,
Oh, George Floyd is the world's what a lack of contribution he gave to
The
society.
thing about it is, like, I support Black Lives. I don't support that organization of Black Lives Matter because so far, as far as I can tell, they're not doing anything to give back to the community with all of the funds that they've been raising.
Fuck no, they're just trying to profit
Dude,
off other
worse
people's
than
issues.
that, they're demanding that people with colored skin fucking play the victim. That's what that's all. That's
Well,
I don't
can't
give a
do the
fuck what they
victim
do with the
mentality
money.
either.
Actually, I don't care what they do. They're just demanding that people with colored skin play the victim. And hey, like those two dudes we had on the show 2 days ago, Alex Caceres and
Darian Weeks.
Darian Weeks. Like
Yeah,
those are UFC fighters, and they'll fucking tell you, "Hey, listen, bitches, no one's coming to save you."
Yep.
Like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
true.
one's coming to save you. I really don't care what they do with the money, to be honest. I of course they're corrupt, but I would be okay with them stealing the money if they would just be honest. It's the same with fucking LeBron. I don't want to have an opinion about him, but like I saw this thing, people celebrating, he broke some basketball hoop record, and like in my mind, he's just the guy that sells sugar water to little black kids and white kids. He's a scumbag.
Yeah, he's not.
And I would be okay with that if he were honest about it. And on the other side, he had some fucking balance where he's like, hey, listen, all black people, stop worrying about fucking all the fucking white racists. There's no end game there. Just do your best. Like if he said that, I'd be like, you're absolved of your sins, my son. But but he's not. He just wants everyone to play the victim as he sits in his ivory tower. It's
They
gross.
have to, because
Oh.
in that way they could keep that narrative going. They could keep people attached to that story. And
The
do what they want.
only people who play the victim roles who ascend are politicians. None of us can play that role and ascend.
I can't do it. I can't do victim mentality. I have like no patience for it at all.
Why is Joe Rogan's podcast bigger than mine?
It's like if I was sitting on my couch crying that I got so sick from COVID. Like,
I did feel sorry for myself when I got a strike when YouTube comes after me. I did feel sorry for myself for a minute.
I feel sorry for us when we have all this fucking awesome content and nobody clipping it.
That
Hey,
too.
I don't
That's
know
when
how
I
to
feel
clip it.
bad.
I would. I don't know how to clip it.
Oh, quit with your fucking excuses, Philip.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Heidi, pop that pimple on my back, please, Heidi.
You know what I'll say, because I see Heidi's comments. What I like about you, Sevan, is
Yes.
I feel like there's nothing that anybody could say to you, like for the most part. Somebody can try to say something mean to you, like even to your face, and it just doesn't even faze you. It just is like, you don't even know they were trying to, like.
Well,
offend you.
I do have a bit of ignorance is bliss going. That's for sure. I do.
Yeah. Like sometimes I'm watching, and people don't really do that to you, but I'm like, if somebody in the comments says something, you don't
Yeah.
even realize that they're trying to be a dickhead to you sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I wish I was like that.
Mike Halpin posted something on his Instagram the other day that was kind of ripping on me, and I reposted it, and I didn't know till later that someone
See, this
said,
is
"Hey, dude, he's
exactly what I'm
ripping
saying.
on you."
It's better though, because you don't allow anybody to have like that control over you. So it's good.
Well,
I admire
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. I just want more money. I just need more. I just want more money. That's it. I have enough friends. I just want more money. I just want to keep selling the truth. Did you take the facts? 44% yes, 56% no. Yeah. And here, I probably believe those numbers too, from people who watch the show. And the show fucking alienates people because I'm such a dickhead about it. Like, if you did take the vaccine, why would you want to watch this show so you can be reminded every day of the people who are dying from it? I mean, like,
I don't think it's that you're a dickhead about it, but people just don't want to. I don't know. People aren't willing to just say, yeah, I think I was wrong about that. Like, just say it. Who cares? It's okay to admit you're wrong.
Right. What should I ask Bill and Katie for, Omar? Dear Bill and Katie. Hey, anyway, anyway, we should do a whole show on people. We need to get someone on, like, if there's some like protocol, like you have to rub, like you could rub some clay on yourself or something that helps extract whatever was in the vaccine.
No, they'll just come out with another vaccine to counter.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I'm hearing that that they're putting it in food somehow, and that basically it's going to get to everyone anyway. That the Chinese have figured out a way to put it in eggs.
That's why our eggs are so expensive.
Because they're vaccinated eggs.
Yeah.
Well, Philip, thank you, buddy. We'll talk to you in 4 more weeks. Thanks for all the transparency, the man. I love you. I'm glad our paths have crossed. Hey, you're close to me. You're in Fairfield?
Vacaville.
Okay. All right. I'm sure our paths will cross sooner or later.
Yeah. You passed me in Tahoe, I'm sure.
It was yeah. That's yeah.
You take 80?
I can't remember. Greg was driving and I was just
Talking
in a chatterbox in the car. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the way that you would go up I-80.
We went to Truckee side. Yeah. Yeah. We went through Auburn and then where it splits off to Reno. We went the Reno way, not the South Lake Shore.
Well, so you didn't take 50. Yeah.
No 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, and when it gets sunny, maybe you can come down here with your family. We can hang out.
Yeah, for sure. This weather, I only like the rain if I'm in Hawaii, guys.
Dude, how much rain has it been here? It's raining again here. I'm fucking tripping.
I hate it.
All right.
I like the sun. I like it hot and I like it sunny.
It's coming.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right.
Later,
yeah.
Phillip. Thanks, man.
Peace out.
See you, Philip.
He's chill.
What's this?
He makes me feel like I'm on meth. He's so chill.
I was trying to find.
I'm kind of happy I missed most of the shows last week. Should keep me entertained for the long drive today. That's how I feel about like when I haven't seen a good movie. I always know, like, okay, that's a good movie I can watch. Okay. David Weed says he slept with 9 girls at his gym. You think that's true? 9?
Yes. Yeah.
There's
You
another guy who
do?
said his body
was-
count's 6 in his gym.
Was 6. Yeah.
Someone else in the comment?
Yeah, there are 2. I think it was Jay Hartle said 6.
So that means David like has a nice body, right?
Well, there's just a lot of tension at the gym sometimes. But I have a story. We won't go too far into detail.
Do you see, before you tell me the story, do you see the tension?
Do you see it?
Like,
Yeah, it's people moving their bodies, wearing half dressed. They're dressed in small, tight things,
and chemicals that we can't see just pouring off of people.
And they see each other, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times a week, and yeah.
And and do you see it like a guy walks in and it's his first day, or a girl walks in and it's first day, and like you're standing back and you're like, okay.
No, dude, you need how does what's his face say it all this time? Status in the gym. So if you got a little status and you're the coach and you're leading the class, it already gives you like that leg up. You know what I mean? So then
so you're saying that people want to bang the coaches because they're the ones up in the front of the class,
and the coaches have an easier time banging the people that they're teaching.
Wow.
For sure. And it I would say it mostly skews younger.
I need to do it. So you're saying if we did a live podcast, there would be people in the audience I could bang? Like
yeah.
if we had a live studio audience.
Yeah. And by the way, our poll, now that it's gaining more traction with 60 votes, has switched. We have 52% yes, 48% no.
Yeah, okay.
So just like we were talking about with the number of viewers, just the math on the people that took it, it checks out. So funny.
Sexual clout. Someone said Kenneth DeLapp called it sexual clout.
There you go. And I think it obviously depends at like the age in which the trainer and the people who they're going after are because the younger you are in your 20s, the more likely I feel like that is to have happen. We used to make a joke at the gym that CFL stood for like come find love, because we've had so many members come in, meet each other at that gym, and then marry each other and shit like that.
Say that again. Go back to what you were saying before. The younger the coach, the more likely that they're banging the staff.
Yeah, I think if you're in your early 20s and you're coaching there part-time and maybe you have another job, you're basically using it as like your fishing pond.
For sure, dude.
Because like if you're really serious
even Caleb agrees.
Yeah, if you're serious about making it a career, you probably don't want to start out by banging all the people that you're training. And the reason why is eventually that's going to end, or they're going to find out about each other and you're going to end up losing members, and that's going to become the reputation, right?
Okay.
So a while back when I'm trying to say this with avoiding any incriminating details, but I was talking to a gym owner of a gym. This was probably about 9-10 years ago. So, and he goes, well, and he gets real quiet and he calls us in his office and he's referring to the trainer at the time.
Were you a coach there?
No. We were coming in as prospective buyers.
Oh, okay.
And the guy who owns it at the time, like, brings us into this, into the office, and he kind of like lowers his voice and he looks around and he goes, hey, and just as a heads up, the chance of one of these husbands rolling up during mid-class and is beating that trainer's ass is pretty high, because he's banging like half the married women that go here.
Oh, shit.
It was like so much so that it was like, even he was like, it was like a fair like warning, like, hey, if somebody,
I'm selling you a gym that there could be violence in.
I'm selling, yeah, if this happens, I just want you to know out ahead.
Where do you bang a?
Holy fuck.
Where do you bang a client?
Well, I mean, that's just where the interaction starts, and then it's like, hey, we're going out for a girls' night downtown. It's like, oh yeah, well, the trainer from the CrossFit class gonna be there, and then things just escalate.
You just take them to your car.
I mean, or the gym, or maybe even if you're lucky, do you live outside of your parents' basement, a house?
Yeah, but not if they're married.
I didn't mean like they're banging like inside the gym. I mean, maybe they were. I don't know.
That's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Car, probably. Bathroom. Car.
Bathroom. Fuck.
Heidi's got don't get your honey where you make your money.
Yeah, well, that's going to come down to the culture of the gym, right? Like the younger, so if you're a gym owner and a lot of your coaches are in their early 20s and they're all hanging out with each other and they're drinking on the weekends with each other and shit like that, all of these issues are for sure going to happen. And
all affiliates have an unofficial Bang program.
Even at the Empire, huh? I wonder what that's like.
Oh, at the Mayhem Empire. Sevan, we're not homeless or 16. We're not banging in cars anymore. I just don't. I'm just so naive. I don't get. Hey, and don't and everything's documented these days too, right? So like, it's like all you have to do is like pick up your boyfriend's phone and look at his text, or your girlfriend's phone, look at her text, and you're hosed.
Oh yeah, for sure. But going back to what I was saying before is like that creates a bunch of situations.
Have you ever lost gym members? Have you ever made where a girl just stops coming because she bangs some dude, or a dude stops coming because like?
Yeah, for sure.
They just don't want to see the person anymore, so they stop coming.
Well, if it's a trainer and all of a sudden, and like the deal that we have at the gym, like I know some gyms will have policies, like if you're a trainer, you can't date any of the clients. And all I hear that as is, please keep it a secret from everybody and make it weird, because you're not going to stop that shit.
Right.
Like,
how about this? We had 2 members go that were having an affair because we didn't want that in our gym. Oh, meaning
fair enough.
Meaning there was that was like the CEO at CrossFit. He was married, and his mistress was married. That was the chick that he brought in that ended up replacing me. They were both married, but they were both fucking each other. Hey, and you know what's weird is at the time I didn't think that was a bad thing. Like when I first met them,
like they were on an even playing field,
or just that like who cares? Mind your own business. Let people fuck other people. But it's also like there's a letting people smoke in the bathroom component to it, because then it starts this downward spiral.
Yeah.
And it causes all sorts of distrust and unsettling behavior. Everyone starts questioning, wow, if you'll cheat on your wife, what else won't you do?
Yeah, you'll steal the $20 that was left on the floor or whatever. They start to go there. But I heard this line one time that like your standard in the culture of where you work is what you tolerate. And I'm applying that to where we work, right? But it could be applied to anywhere. So whatever your standard is in life is what you're tolerating around you. And if you're a owner of the gym and you make like I was saying before, you make a rule, you're like, hey, you can't date any of the clients that come in here. Well, you're just essentially having it set up to where they're just going to do it behind your back. And then it's going to create this like secretive culture. And at some point you have to lean into that. But if you just don't, I don't have any policies or anything like that. But at the same time too, I make a very clear like separation to where a lot of our trainers and the way
you don't ask your coaches not to bang the clients.
No, I don't. I don't get involved in their lives in that way.
Okay.
If it became an issue,
smart.
Like if it became an issue and like you were there and I knew that you were banging like 2 or 3 of the girls, we're having a conversation. I'm pulling you in and I say, hey, what's the deal? I'm not going to pay you anymore because clearly you're extracting your own value in here. And this could become toxic to my gym. So what's the deal? Do you want to volunteer 1 class a week or do you want to get back on the straight and narrow with us? And at the same time, like a lot of the people that have dated in there, like meet their spouses and like, they meet somebody, they go on. It's just a natural progression of their relationship, not anything bad happening.
My gym owner cheated on her husband with one of our members, led to divorce. She is still the gym owner. Now the guy she cheated with is her boyfriend and co-owner.
All right.
Thank you, Spencer. I know this conversation is great and deserves $1.99 from everyone. I agree. Here's the thing too. Basically what it does is because it's such a premium of secrecy, allows people to, it makes everyone feel uncomfortable or adds to people's uncomfortability because of the lying. If it wasn't such a source of lying, then it probably would be okay. For instance, if the president of the United States is cheating on his wife, we can't have that because if someone finds out, then they can leverage that to get favors from him because he'd want to protect that getting out to the constituents or his wife. And that's what we're trying to avoid. But also, and we've talked about this before on the show. If Caleb's wife finds out that me and my wife are getting a divorce, then Caleb's wife, it plants the seed in Caleb's wife. Well, Caleb's only a 9 out of 10, and I didn't even ever think of divorce as being possible. So maybe it seems to be working out for Sevan and Haley. So you know what I mean? It sets these. You want stable people around you.
Well,
I don't want to find out that my best friend is, well, now that I'm older, is cheating on his wife, or I don't want my wife to find out about that and start thinking that I'm cheating on her. It's a weird game. It's a weird game of consciousness.
Well, and it also sets the culture at your gym, because then you get a bunch of weird, so-and-so can't be around so-and-so, or they're going to come to a different class, or they haven't showed up in a little bit, or things really awkward. And I will say that I can't speak for all things, but from what I've witnessed in the different jobs that I've had and being an affiliate owner going on my 10th year right now, it all just depends on how you behave at the top. So if you if you're a gym
so you think that gym where the owner's banging some of the clients and everyone just starts banging, it becomes the bang gym, CrossFit Bang?
Because here's why. They need to create that opportunity, right? How do you create that opportunity? Alcohol.
Yeah.
Where you find alcohol, we go out, we go drinking, we hang out together, drama will ensue. Anytime you mix a group of people, and I'm kind of referring to, going back to what we were saying earlier, like younger people, and you mix, people in their 20s with alcohol, and you put a lot of them around in a room together, eventually drama will strike. And so especially I know a lot of affiliate owners could speak to this too, that if you just kind of like pull yourself out of that and you just become observant of it, you'll watch these groups cycle in and out. And if you're not involved and your trainers aren't involved, or by and large they aren't, and especially you as an owner are involved, it just kind of happens and the gym becomes a witness to it. It never becomes the culture of the gym.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like it because it's fun to talk about. I personally, if I like, I don't know, I would have a pretty high threshold for the uncomfortability of it all. Just for the fact of being able to watch it all play out. The drama and the narrative is so fun to me.
Yeah, well, it just depends on what because so like we get a lot of times that people come in here and they're like, oh, this is such a family environment. We have a big kids room. A lot of the parents bring their kids in with it. We have a youth program. The parents are really involved. Like we're involved with like doing donations with like the elementary schools, the middle schools, right? So that becomes your culture. But a lot of times when you see these gyms that are like, I don't want to blame it on like being like too competition focused, but if you have kind of a different focus placed on your gym, and a lot of it is like, oh, we're competitive, we work out hard, but we play hard too. And we drink on the weekends and we all meet downtown and we do this. Inevitably, you're going to run into a bunch of fucking issues that you're going to have to deal with at the gym.
I was coaching. I was a coach dating a member. Now she's my wife. $1.99. Spencer Albright. Yeah.
Hey, Spencer, me too.
Oh, really? That was
Yeah, I wasn't coaching at the time, but yeah, that's when I met Grace.
Hey, I can't think of any better place to meet a mate.
Yeah.
Call her. Hi.
Hey, Sevan, it's Spencer Albright. Just put that comment in.
Oh, hi. Nice to hear your voice.
Thanks for the $1.99, Spencer.
Hey, what's going on, Souza?
Hey, does your wife ever have concerns that like, hey, that's your protocol is to bang the clients, and so that you're going to bang another one?
No.
Oh, good.
So funny story. The owner, when we started hanging out, he said, I know you didn't sign a contract or anything, but don't be banging members. And I was like, well, I'm not. I just am dating one, and like it's kind of serious. And also at the time, he was dating a girl that he met because she was a member. So he was kind of being hypocritical with that.
I do know couples who will bicker a little bit in front of the clientele, and it's always a little bit weird for the clientele. Bicker's too strong of a word, but I'm sensitive to their comms in front of the group. If one of let's say the guy says to the girl, hey, will you bring all the wall balls around? And she'll be like, no, why don't you do that? And I'll talk to the class. And it's like, ooh, and you like sense like, okay. You know what I mean? Like you sense that there's more there. Like someone there was some ego conflict. And it's a little trippy because you're paying witness to their relationship.
Yeah. She was like always, super, I would say most people in the gym wouldn't have even known we were dating. And, I was the coach and she was the athlete while we were in the gym. So it was pretty good on that side. it was kind of more awkward. The owner was the guy that had a little bit more of a public bickering that you're talking about with his girlfriend at the time.
Yeah. God, I hate it when I bicker, when anyone sees me and my wife bicker.
Yeah, but we ended up, another funny thing about that same owner, my wife now, before we started dating, he asked her out and was rejected. So that kind of also contributed to him not really wanting me dating her.
Wow. Wow.
Kinda
Hey, dude, I have
contributed.
some great stories about that
leading
from
factor.
CrossFit HQ, from just unbelievable stories like that. That I'd like to share maybe like in 10 years. Just unfucking believable. Just, yeah, that's men and women. That's the thing too. It's just fucking men and women, right? And like we just want to just be intimate with each other and take showers together and wrestle. Like, yeah. It's
yeah, but we ended up leaving, so it all worked out.
Oh, you ended up leaving.
Yeah, I mean, we moved, and there was a lot of other stuff going on with kind of what y'all are talking about, members dating each other.
People like to bone, man.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
Yeah, me neither. I don't blame him either. And
Well,
I
I
like
just
hearing
wanted
about
to-
the stories as long as they're kind of like, I like hearing about other people's stories. I like the drama is always a fun narrative for me, intrigues me.
Yeah, it's really fun
but
to
do you
watch
think there's some
from,
crazy record out there, like some guy has slept with 27 women at a CrossFit gym in a 3-year period?
Which gym does Hunter McIntyre go to right now?
You think he's just?
Let's check that kid out
You
at
think
Invictus,
Invictus has
dude.
some like world records there? Oh, we've been on the
bro.
podium.
Yeah, he's like a hot knife running through butter right now.
Wow.
Come on, San Diego. They don't wear any clothes. It's sunny all the time.
Wow,
Everybody's,
look
like,
at clock.
tanning buttholes
Wow.
and stuff.
What do you think the record is, Spencer? David said he's been with 9 women at the gym. You think that's like close to the world record?
No, I think that's on the low end.
Wow. Wow. And
I mean,
hey, here's another thing.
there's-
Juiced up dudes really, I don't know if girls know this, but I've seen the ugliest juiced up dudes in the world, and there's whatever they're giving off, girls just float to it. Like Leppy.
Well, I was about to say, I was a young 20-something. I mean, I'm still a young 20-something-year-old, but the 9:30 a.m. soccer mom classes. Not that I would have ever gone for that, but I feel like that would have been a little bit easier for something like me to pull off. So I think younger guys, with the moms and some of the other girls that are like a bit older and single, might be able to pull off a little bit more than 9.
Hey, so my wife used to go to CrossFit Aptos to the soccer mom class. And I seen this soccer mom class, and it was like 15 women deep, and I'd say 14 of them were just hot. And so my wife would always go to that class, and she would always tell me about it. Oh, this girl was there. These girls are there. It's just a soccer mama. And she would tell me this person cheated on this rep, or this person didn't do this. And she would just tell me the fun stuff. And I would hear about it. And my wife went to it, was committed to it. And then one day I'm at this area where we go to all the time. It's the top. It's at the point, where that is, Azusa, right? And there's these steps that go down to a beach. And so at the top of where these steps are, that go down to a beach. A ton of people fucking hang out. Like a guy with a guitar, some kid selling lemonade, whatever, some bunch of kids smoking weed. It's just at the top of the stairs. It's a cool hangout place. We go there all the time to hang out at the top of the stairs. And there's this guy there. And he's the most beautiful man I've ever seen. And he's wearing shorts, and he's fucking tall, and he has his shorts pulled up really high, and he's laying on the concrete there sunning. And I tell my wife, I'm like, look at this fucking dude's body. And she goes, oh, that's fucking Mark. He comes to our fucking mom's class. I'm like, what?
What'd you say?
I'm like, what? I'm like, you've been going to that class for 1.5 years and you never mentioned Mark?
There he is, half naked with his helmet hanging out.
So maybe that dude was just there, just slaying it. I haven't seen the thumbnail for today. What is the thumbnail for today? I haven't seen it. Did Caleb make it or Souza? I haven't seen it.
It's the Pope Mobile one.
Oh, nice. Good job. Anyway, so yeah. So you think the soccer mom class is, if you're a young man looking for experience, that's where to go?
Yeah, I would say that probably. I mean, we had some hot older single women, that weren't even moms, never been married, that's even a bit easier.
Single moms not married, is that what you said?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking of like a couple of specific girls, they were just, in their mid-30s, single, kind of around time to settle down generally, and they're kind of lonely, looking for love.
I'm always surprised at the stories I hear also of the Masters Games athletes, the women. I've heard a handful of stories that are fucking blow my mind. But it's just people with vaginas and penises. I guess. Right? God, I'm so glad I live in I'm like in jail. I just live in this really tight loop.
That's how
maybe you're in the equity experiment now.
I am in the equity experiment.
Being in the equity. The other thing too is like a lot of the, like one of the spouses sometimes will start CrossFit and the other one maybe isn't there in their life yet. And so all of a sudden this person goes through this radical fucking change of like what they used to be and who they used to be. And then they start building this story in their head of like, oh, my spouse doesn't want to do this. I'm investing more into myself. I deserve more. They just want to do this lame shit. And then once that story starts to spin, I feel like they start to use it over time as like an excuse to drift away from their spouse.
Hey, or just this. I mean, I remember the season we did of Kelly and the Fat Man. Gary lost 100 pounds and he was at a party and a girl basically walked up to him and said, "Hey, I'll fuck you in the bathroom right now." And
what a class act.
And he had never heard that before in his entire life. I mean, that's a lot for a dude to handle.
Yeah. Yeah, if you weren't getting that thrown at you every day like I was in my earlier youth, you wouldn't know how to handle that.
I would lose my shit if someone said that to me.
Okay.
Sevan, what's the name of your other channel about parenting? I watched about 100 of them a week ago and can't for the love of me remember the name. That's a good point. I'm going to make a video for that channel today. Capable.
Nice.
I don't know what it is. It's Capable Child Parenting. What is it?
Capable Child Parent Consulting.
Yeah, Capable Child Parenting Consulting. I charge $500 an hour, and you should sign up now because the line is very short.
But the wait time's crazy.
Thank you, Spencer, for calling in, brother, and congratulations on finding love. Yep,
appreciate y'all.
All right.
As after I told that that little spit there about a bunch of women coming and offering themselves to me in the bathroom when I was younger.
Yeah.
All the insecure dudes showed up.
Why? What's going on now? Who?
Look at Caleb smiling over there because he's the first one. Bullshit. I got Jeffrey on bullshit. Listen here, gentlemen. Your boy was a bartender, okay?
Oh,
you're
yeah.
a barista.
So bartenders.
It's things, man.
So bartending's crazy too because everyone's drunk.
Bartending's, yeah. I mean, that's next level. But you expect it. You're in a bar, and you're serving drinks. Hey, you remember Sex and the City? That when those movies came out?
Yeah, I never saw them, but I remember when that was huge.
I didn't see them either, but I worked right across the street from a movie theater in Black Angus at the bar. Never sold so many Cosmos to groups of single women in my life.
Oh, they would go see the movie and then come over. Oh.
Or before they would come in and they would get a bunch of drinks and they'd be all like, it was like a whole it was like a thing, you know, they would like dress up and they'd be there and then they would like act out their favorite characters.
Tank Reeves, I train with my wife every day. With who? With the neighbors? You wouldn't have it any other way. That was a joke. Yeah, before I had kids, I used to train with my wife every day too, twice a day. Fucking loved it. After listening to this podcast, I'm definitely signing up at the local CrossFit gym.
There we go. Yeah, join your affiliate.
Dick Butter bartended for 6 years. Kenneth DeLapp, what's the difference between a bartender and a dealer?
One's legal and pays the government. The other one doesn't.
There you go. It's a good answer.
I mean, literally, that's it. Think about it. If I was like, hey, Sevan, Caleb, I got this really cool idea. Why don't you guys come over? We're going to try this drug. This drug is going to make you act like you would never really normally act before. Matter of fact, you might not even remember the back half of the night. You'll do a bunch of stuff that's way out of character. You guys down?
Let's do
Always.
it.
Alcohol.
Do we want to go through some of these? Susan's wife slaps him from outside the screen, just a hand coming across. Yeah, that would be awesome. Wham!
They're calling now. He's talking about his bartender stories. It's all bullshit.
Here we go. Tank Reeves, see you later, buddy. Enjoy your trip to Costco. Enjoy your trip to Costco for free food. Caller, hi.
That's Craig, by the way.
Hey, Sevan, you guys still live? I got cut off. I was listening, and then my daughter called me, so I wanted to call in. I didn't know. You guys still on?
You wanted to call in and listen to the show because you couldn't listen from your device. Oh, you think that is Craig? Tank Reeves is Craig just because of the okay.
No, it's definitely
yes, we're still on. Thank you for checking on
Jeremy,
us.
what's going on?
Yeah, I know who it is. You just wanted to call and just to check on us, make sure we're okay. We're fine.
For sure. Caleb, welcome home. I want to start with
dude.
that. Good to see you back on, man. Susan, what's up?
So, man.
So, first, I want to give a shout out to Phillip. That was an awesome interview. Phillip is in the dads group that I always, talk to you about.
Yes,
and
yes.
we talk offline quite a bit, and I've been going off on these Black History Month rants of mine as a black guy. I guess I'm
open
authorized to do that.
Yeah.
No, but I didn't want to come on and do that. I just wanted to give him first a shout out. And then second, what are you guys doing on Thursday? I'll be landing in San Francisco. You guys want to meet up?
Oh, no shit. That is way too much planning for me, but how far south are you coming?
I think that's as far south as I'll be. The original plan was San Jose, but then that got changed to San Francisco. And then from there, we're going to Yosemite Thursday through Monday. So
Who all's going? Who's doing that? This fathers group?
yeah, so myself, Wes Pyatt, Danny Lear, Caffeine and Kilos owner guy, handful of other guys, gym owners and stuff.
Dude, that is so cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, very, very exciting. I'll definitely keep you posted on that for
Send
sure.
me pictures. Text me pictures. That's so cool.
I will, for sure, definitely.
And make sure from your tent you play the podcast loud on your phone at 7 a.m. to wake everyone up every morning.
Get the day
I
started.
actually do plan on doing that.
Good, thank
I
you.
really do plan on doing that. No shit. I was gonna ask. So I'll land in San Francisco Thursday, and then Sunday night I'll be headed back to stay in a hotel before I fly out on Monday. Where should I not go in San Francisco?
Fuck
Oh,
everywhere,
dude.
Where,
Oof.
so you're gonna land in San Francisco? Do you know where you're staying in the city? Like the hotel?
I know Thursday I'm getting picked up from the hotel, from the airport. And then Sunday after the Super Bowl, I'm going to drive back and stay in a hotel. No idea which one, but that is the plan. So I'm like, where do I not, what hotel do I not want to stay in? You know?
The thing is, the whole city is like covered with zombies.
I was gonna say, just make them do an adventure and go find them.
Yeah, they lurk everywhere. Yeah, you probably do want, it is part of like this, the tourist attraction now. You probably do want to at least see them.
Sure.
Yeah, you probably do want to at least see them. I don't know where, there's got to be areas of town. There's the whole area over by Golden Gate Bridge where the cops keep the zombies out.
Yeah, it's all the rich area, like down by Nob Hill and down by the bay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's probably where you're staying, to be honest. You'll probably be right off Embarcadero or as far like around the crest.
Well,
of the
they're
bay.
there. The zombies are on Embarcadero for sure.
Yeah, but they like hose them down. They like power rush them off every night. So it's like they hose them out.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. That Embarcadero area. You're asking kind of the wrong people too, because we have a threshold for it because we see so much of it. Like there's stuff that what city are you coming from, Jeremy?
Milwaukee.
Oh, so this is gonna be nothing for you then.
Okay.
This is gonna be nothing.
Yeah,
this is
comforting.
Yeah, these are just more wealthy. These are just zombies with more resources. Our zombies have more resources than your zombies.
I think Phillip Kelly, right? He's probably staying South San Francisco because that would be like closer to the airport rather than going into the city. But if you are staying in Embarcadero, like Union Square, like walk up Market, there's a street called Golden Gate Street. It's also known as Pill Hill. It's in the Tenderloin over there. Do that during the day, but you could venture down there and down like Polk Street has a bunch of like really cool like the gay bar scene and stuff, or you could go over to the Castro. A lot of that stuff where it's a little bit more of a richer neighborhood. They tend to keep a lot of the homeless and the addicts out.
Yeah, the gay bar scene is way safer as long as you don't take your eye off your drink. All the gay, like hardcore gay areas are way safe because those motherfuckers got money.
like up Market Street in the Castro by like 7th Street. And then if you go to the Tenderloin, that's close. That's like right off of like 5th and Powell. And
Don't go there.
You could venture around there. And then Union Square is not too bad. Grace and I used to go there every
Union Square is cool. Union Square is cool.
It is, but it isn't because you have to, unless you're planted into Union Square. Otherwise, you have to either come in from like Market Street of Tenderloin or the Castro or back by Mission. That area is probably crazy bad.
If you're staying in South San Francisco, you won't even really be in San Francisco, by the way. If you stay near the airport, you are not in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're like Daly City. That's like Daly.
Hey, honestly, I'll give you something easy to do. You should walk up and down Lombard Street.
Lombard Street. Okay.
The most street in the world.
Yeah, it's a cool thing to do. You'll be happy you did it. It's the crookedest street in the world. It's a huge tourist destination. There'll be 0 zombies there. They will not allow zombies there.
Yeah, not
we drove an 18 passenger van on that one time.
Down Lombard?
It was a disaster. Yeah. I couldn't believe it fit.
Was it a military? Was it a military van, like a government van?
I mean, no, it was like a rental, but like massive 18 passenger van.
The slowest thing. My uncle has a condo right on the corner of Lombard Street. So when you come out, you could look over out to the Golden Gate Bridge, or you could go a half block over to Lombard, and they take a Segway tour up his street. So that way they could go down the top of it. And we would sit there like during holidays or whatever. And you would watch the people come up on the Segway. And like out of a group of 5 people, 1 person was eating shit. Because
shit. You've seen someone crash on a Segway?
Oh, dude, I saw this Asian lady. She was dressed to the nines and super what looked like designer clothing, purse. I mean, she was done up. She looked real nice. And the Segway tour thing is down at the bottom of the hill. So essentially they get you set. They go through the little safety thing. They bring you up to the top of the hill, kind of teach you like how to maneuver it. And then you go down Lombard Street. It's part of the tour, right? And as they come up, the condo that they have is on the corner, and both of these are windows, and like the kitchen table's right here, but you're just above walking, like just above height.
Whose house was that you were in?
This is my uncle's house.
Damn.
It's one of his houses. And we were sitting there, and this whole tour come up.
Where Susan's talking about is very, 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 very expensive.
Yeah, it's crazy. And this lady comes up, and we would watch them because they would start to do their practice maneuver, and you could start to see somebody getting squirrely, and we would be sitting there at the table like taking bets, like, oh, is she going down? Is she going down? And sure enough, boom, fucking Segway flies out, her purse and everything goes everywhere, hits the ground hard.
I didn't know you could crash on those.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. That's crazy.
Jeremy, all right, we'll stay in touch, please.
One more thing.
Yes.
One more thing. I know Heidi's probably telling me to get off now, but so I made that comment when you were talking about the hooking up at gyms, and I wanted to get Susan's perspective. He's a gym owner. I'm not a gym owner, but basically manage the gym, the CrossFit gym I'm at, and then at a handful throughout the city. This one I started like over 10 years ago, and the current owner, actually, I was like her first coach, and she's the one. So she ended up hooking up with this member. They're older. They're like a little older than Sevan. And they hook up. She was married, had a kid or two. And she leaves him, and now she's with that guy. He's a co-owner with her now. Combine that with the fact that they're like absentee owners, like they're never there. Their communication is piss poor at best. Sousa, if you're in my situation, you're trying to improve your affiliate and drive home to members the importance of community, and you do that from the front, right? You know, from a leadership position, but your owners are like never there, and they have that weird history. What do you do?
Depends on how committed you are to the gym, and if you see yourself being there for a really long time and want to continue to develop your career, I would ask them if they would be comfortable with a meeting, and then I would sit down and non-accusatory. I would just be, hey, straight up, I'm investing myself a lot into this gym. I see myself with the future in there. What is the future to you guys with this gym? What is your intent with this? What's the long-term vision look like? And then based off of that conversation there, maybe you could get some more insight as to what their intentions are. And if they have no intention, maybe that's a good time to throw out the offer and say, hey, have you guys ever thought about selling it?
Hey, and here's the thing too, as hard as this is, sometimes you just have to leave. Like I've had to switch programs with my kids in certain programs, and I love the owners and I love the gym, but my kids have maxed out what they're capable of there. And like maybe that place is maxed out like what it's capable of offering you because you want to give a lot to that community, right? Is what it sounds like.
Yeah, I started that gym, and that's funny you say that because I did leave some years ago. The former prior owner was just, it was a long story there, but I left and went to a couple other gyms. But like I said, I started this gym, a long time ago, and it just has my heart. You know what I mean? So middle last year, I came back. And now, I see who the owners are now, and they're never there. And like members are asking me all the time. And, I'm just trying to give them answers, trying to guide them, trying to lead them. And I don't want to trash the people, but it's frustrating. It's really frustrating,
Yeah, well, first I would just decide what exactly is that you want to do. Do you want to continue to invest your time or not? And then I would ask if they were willing and open to have a conversation, and then I would go from there. But I think Sevan is right in the sense of that, like, if they just aren't receptive to that, they have no intention of selling it or changing anything. They're not receptive to your advice, even though your boots on the ground and they're not necessarily there all the time. If all that lines up, then it probably is in your best interest to invest your time somewhere else.
They might tell you to fuck off too.
They might. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's common. You'd be surprised how common it is for main coaches or people that are taking a lot of the hours to really lean into it and then not get the same support that they want back from the owners. And that's always a tough situation because you've invested so much of yourself into it and you become, you build the relationship with those members. But unfortunately, the truth is that they own it and it's their call at the end of the day. They built a platform. So if they're not open or receptive to any of those things, it probably is best to invest your time somewhere else.
Jeremy Watt Zombie wants to know if you have time to tell us about your childhood.
God, you guys are ruthless in the comments.
Thank you, Mr. Jeremy, and stay in touch, please.
Yeah, let us know.
Absolutely. Love you guys.
Later, dude.
Bye.
I appreciate it.
Call it a box, not a gym.
Was I calling it a gym? I always call it
No,
a gym.
I don't know. I don't know what you were. I'm just reading a comment. Sorry.
I've never really said box that much ever.
We're having Javier back on today. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, 5 p.m.
Jiu-jitsu tournament was awesome yesterday. I want to tell you something that I saw yesterday. This was a big jiu-jitsu tournament, thousands of people, and my kid went to the compete at the event. I put up a video of it, I think at Three Plain Brothers this morning, and the first match they put my kid up against, who's a white belt, is a gray belt. It's like, because they're so fucking unorganized, and it made me realize that every single fucking thing, like, I would rather a competition not pay out prize money. It made me realize how amazing all the CrossFit competitions are. Oh no, not this one. Sorry. It's at Three Plain Brothers. Hey, though, you can play that real quick. And let me show you how strong a fucking CrossFit kid is.
Hey,
this
you
is
have
with
some great videos of them too.
This is with 10 seconds fucking left. And you'll see in a second, this kid is huge compared to my kid. Avi's probably 5 pounds away from the max weight limit of this weight class. This kid's probably 5 inches taller than Avi. But watch this. This is with 10 seconds left. This kid's on top of Avi full mount. Watch, look how strong Avi is. Get the fuck off. And let me just throw your ass on the ground. You sit your ass down, boy. Yeah, Avi's a savage.
It's not only his strength there, which clearly plays a role, but it's actually just his movement. Like, he knows to get his knees on the inside. He's creating the space. He's planning, like right there, knee on the inside, creates more space, plants and stands.
And then look, just grabs straight.
He just moves so well.
Yeah. I told him, I said, hey, dude, you have to know one thing. There's not one kid there that if you don't get your arms wrapped around him, you can't pick up and throw on the ground. You have to know how strong you are.
Does he believe it yet?
Yeah, he believes it.
After this tournament?
There were more double legs. He did more. I'll post some other crazy double legs. He picked one kid up and just tossed him. It was nuts.
So is he realizing now, like, holy shit, I'm just at a completely different level?
5 tournaments of crying and just getting his ass handed to him. Yeah. And now it's game over. Okay, so look, you can't put a fucking gray belt against a white belt at a tournament. You'll ruin a child. You'll ruin, and this happens. There's 1,000 people watching this. There's fucking people everywhere. There's 3 judges on the judging table, and there's a referee out on there, and they let this fucking happen. And it just made me realize how great CrossFit tournaments are versus jiu-jitsu tournaments. Every jiu-jitsu tournament, there's some dumbass shit going on like this. I mean, look at, you can go ahead and play this. Look at Ari's a savage too. Look at this. Look at this. But he has no business going against this kid.
Right.
But still handling his own. Ari's in the black. And then they disqualified that kid. I'm like, why are you disqualifying the kid? He's a fuck. It's not his fault. Like, there's a judge out there who should have been like, hey, why is there a gray belt going against a white belt? Makes no sense. And yeah, it's just
look at him go though.
It's so annoying. Yeah, he's dope. Hey, there was an 11-man bracket, and Ari took gold and Joseph took silver. They had to fight each other in the final. Cool, right?
Yeah, I just wonder what Ari's gonna latch on to, like sport wise, because he's your freaking like head charger.
Yeah.
You know, like he's like,
well, crazy too. Least talented, hard, and becoming the hardest worker. And someone was telling me the other day, hey, those are the people that become the best because they have to work hardest for what they have.
yeah, but he just has this something with his pain and fear tolerance that's just different. Like when we were watching him surf that one day, and the other boys were just a little hesitant or whatever. He's just like, like charging the ocean with his board and popped up first. Remember too, stood up on that thing, and I was like, watching him, I'm like, oh, okay. He's a little different. Like he doesn't have the same like fear tolerance.
Susan, let me show you how I choke people out. I like it how like every time you come over, he wants to try to choke.
Hey, and by the way, too, their chokes are no joke. Avi's got me a couple times, and I'm like, oh shit, like I have to tap out. I'm not getting out of it.
I'll show you guys one more match. Sorry to bore you guys with the kid videos. Look at this video. It's the first time I've ever seen Avi choke someone out in a tournament. Caleb, I think it's on the Sevan Rinsta. It's a video from yesterday, and this is for the gold. And this girl, this is like a 63-pound class, and Avi I think is 55 pounds. And this is them fighting for the gold. And this girl was just fucking mopping people up. And this is no gi. So this is basically just wrestling. And this is the end of the match.
What is your why? Tell me.
Sweep.
Yep. Great sweep, right? Pick.
Yep. Now he's got her back. She's just strong, though.
Yeah. How about that roll she did right there? She
tried to buck him. Yep.
Yeah. That was so nice. She knows her shit.
And watch him slide this other hook in too. You see him fishing for it, and then
boom. Look how strong she is. She was gonna stand up. He told me afterwards he didn't like looking at her face. He said he saw tears. He said he didn't like.
Yeah, because look, she's gonna cry, and look, he's gonna be the teacher.
Yeah,
you know, he's a stud and he's a killer too. But at the same time, you could tell he doesn't get his kicks off winning as much as he does like showing the other boys stuff and things like that.
It's nuts that he stayed on there. Hey,
he had it. He wasn't letting that thing go.
Judy Reed, proud parent, please don't be sorry. We love to see it. All right. But I know no one likes anyone else's kids.
And he knows his power too. So when he yanked in and her eyes went to go bulge out, he probably was like, oh shit. Like, I don't think he's really used his because he doesn't seem like.
No.
But look at that sweep though, dude. That's so good.
I started this. I like it when Sevan chokes me. Unsporty Beth. There was this thing I tell my kids about a month ago. I explained to them the concept, and I learned this from Tony Blauer, by the way. Give yourself permission. I said you have to give yourself permission to go full throttle. You have to give yourself. So before every match, I went up to my kids. I'm like, you have permission from me to unleash just fucking holy chaos on your opponents. Do not hold back at all. Do not let them set the tempo or control the energy. I'm giving you permission to do it. I'll take responsibility for the outcome. Go. And then afterwards, I'm like, you know, my permission doesn't matter. It's all about the permission you give yourself. They're like, okay, we get it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's pretty stoked. We've gone to a lot of tournaments, and there's been a lot of tears and a lot of kids who didn't like this. Joseph hadn't done a tournament in 2 tournaments, and he went out and fucking kicked ass this time. And it was a steep. It was a steep learning curve for us. It was fun to go to a tournament finally and see the boys get golds and silvers. It was really cool. That match where Avi popped up and double legs that kid at the end, he lost that match by like 1 point. It was such a shame because he threw that kid down like 3 times. That cost him the gold, but whatever. All right. Should we do some of the we're an hour and 50? Jeez.
First clip of the day.
Jeez. Did I show you guys Pink? How she's a shill for Pfizer? She's took money from Pfizer. I showed you that. Okay, I'll erase that. So weird that she would do that. I told you my thoughts on burning cities down. Cops. We talk about cops. Poor cops. Service. All right. Yes.
We need to get Blade back soon, huh?
Oh yeah. I'd love to do that.
Couple breakdown videos.
How about we need to. How about 386? This one's kind of funny. Horse. See, this is some dude that thought it would be cool to put his horse in the back of a pickup truck that's already full of people.
What the fuck?
Look at this. Look at this shit. I don't know why I follow this account, but they always have good stuff. That's a horse, right? Not a donkey. Is that a horse?
Dude. Holy shit.
Is that dude drunk? Oh, look at this. Look at that girl's top. Oh, I saw boobs. Hey, look, the horse just goes over and starts eating a bush. He don't even care. He's just over there. God,
that's like
I cannot believe how racist this video is.
When I was in Jordan, they did the same thing.
No, I just said that. Go ahead, Caleb. It's just hey, there's stations like that. It's CNN's like that. Like, I just can't believe how racist that is. And then they'll explain. But I can't even make something up. But it's just funny.
When I was in Jordan, I saw them do this with a camel. And
put it in the back of a truck?
Yeah, they put it on the back of a flatbed truck. And then they took ratchet straps. So it was like some kind of truck that has like a crane on the back.
Yeah.
So and so they had this crane over the top, and then they put the camel in. There was 2 of them, 2 camels on the back of this flatbed truck. And then they took ratchet straps and ratchet strapped to the camel to like in the laying position on the back of this flatbed truck, and then like transported it down the highway.
Wait, what were the ratchet straps for? They laid the camel down?
Camel down. The
camel was cool with that?
And just chilling, dude. 2 of them.
I just Googled a camel on flatbed truck images. I can't find anything. Oh, shit.
Let me see if I can
find it. There are camels, though, in the back of trucks.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. It was a long time ago. It was like probably 3 or 4 months ago.
Hey, that's a good camel. If you could put ratchet straps on him to hold him down.
Oh, yeah. He was just chilling.
Yeah, there's a traditional camel market. And yeah. I see. I don't see the ratchet straps, but they just got them in the back of pickups. God, we have some weird animals on the planet.
We are weird animals on the planet.
Yeah.
This is on the same trip that it was so fucking weird.
I'd like to hear the rest of that story. Sevan, do your boys see how close you are to your mom? It will be important to enter. Yeah, dude. Let me tell you. The best thing that ever happened to my mom is the fact that I'm trying to always show off to my kids how much I love my mom. Mm-hmm. I kiss my mom 10 times every time she comes in the house. I call her every single day. I'd say half of those times are because I just want to hear my mom's voice, but the other half I'm trying to show off, be a good example to my kids.
She's over with them all the time, too, right?
Yeah. Hey, I will call the second this show is over. I will call my mom and ask her if she wants to go out with me and the kids. It's raining here. I don't give a fuck. And my mom will be like, yeah. And she'll be, I'll meet you somewhere. And I'll be like, no, I'll come pick you up instead. Oh, fuck, my mom have to drive somewhere to meet me. I'll go over to her house, pick her up, take her and the boys to the beach. It'll be raining. We'll hang out in the rain. We'll eat some quesadillas. I won't because it's my fasting day. And we'll chill.
Yeah, my grandpa did the same. He actually got a trophy for a Little League baseball because he made it to every single one of my brother's Little League games.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he drove from Oakland out to here every time. And he actually went and saw my cousin's games out in Seattle and stuff like that too.
Yeah, I don't even say that word anymore. That's the only censorship I got on me. I won't say that word. You guys can say it. I ain't hating.
But does he?
Yeah, that. Ryan Stokes, this is like watching construction fail videos from India or China. Wow, that sounds like a great theme. Hey, you know what's crazy is you go to those countries and their scaffolding's made of wood, like just like sticks and shit, like 30 stories of sticks. I'm a bigger fan of their toes. Oh, camel toe. Oh, I almost.
God damn it.
I almost
Fell
googled.
right for it.
I almost googled camel toe. You're a douche.
Fell right for
You're
it.
a douche. Okay, it might be worth just. How about 383? Don't do drugs. I don't know what this one is. "36-year-old Lindy Lennox has died suddenly from cardiac arrest. She bragged on Facebook about getting her last booster and dismissed the injection safety concern. Fuck the haters. She even changed her cover photo to trust the science.
Trust.
How many more need to die? I feel like I should start. For a while, I stopped doing these, and now I feel like I should start doing one every show. If you zoom out a little bit, you can see her. Look, that's like a Walgreens sticker. She got it at Walgreens. God, she's born in 1986.
A year older than me.
There's a place where you can actually click and see maybe more. Science. Is that it? Please.
It's weird how that's become the religion, right?
Oh, tomorrow we're having yeah, totally their religion. Tomorrow we're having on Emily Kaplan. She's the lady who runs the CrossFit Book account. And she's partners with Greg Glassman on the Broken Science. And it'll be fun to ask her. Text message from my. Oh, yeah. Thank you. My wife wanted me to remind. She was reminding me that Joseph won his jiu-jitsu match 32-0.
Wow.
32-0.
Isn't it eventually just a tech fall? How do they not just like, yeah, you're done?
Anyways, Emily, I'll come back to Joseph in a minute. Emily Kaplan's coming on. That's going to be a fun podcast. I'll ask her about all sorts of just fun stuff. I'll ask her how she met Greg. We'll ask her about what's it like working with Greg now. We'll ask her about Broken Science. We'll ask her when the CrossFit book is coming out. We'll ask her what she thinks about the NSCA case. It's going to be a cool podcast. Really smart lady and very worldly, like knows her shit. I've been around. So Joseph didn't want to do his match, and him and the two guys walk out there, and before they before they fight, both of the kids were crying because they didn't want to be out there.
Well, at least he probably felt good. Like, hey, this guy doesn't want to be out here either.
I kind of feel sorry for the other. Yeah. And he told us that afterwards. I'm like, hey, why'd you go out there? He's like, fuck, I saw that kid was crying. I thought I could beat him.
He's like, all right, I got this, dude.
I was like, you're a beast. Good
How does
job,
he feel
Joseph.
afterwards? Does he feel like a sense of like accomplishment, or is he just like
He's so proud.
Fucking over, or
he's so proud. What's crazy too is he's technically just on a whole nother level. His tennis, his body movement. He's the best mover of the Matosian clan. Mm-hmm. But man, Ari just wants to get out there and show the world what he's capable of, and Joseph's just way more timid about that. But Joseph did win 32-0, which was just absolutely nuts.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, I'm gonna make a post of that here when I get off. Yeah, he's absolutely nuts.
All three of their different like personalities too.
Yeah, totally different kids.
Mm-hmm.
Not even close to the same. Yeah,
it's cool.
Okay, so we saw a camel. Don't do drugs. You could die suddenly. It's probably not the injection. There was probably fentanyl in it. So I just don't want anyone to think I'm making any accusations or assumptions.
Yeah.
Oh, look, how nice of you. Oh, my wife's sending me a video of his 32-0, and she must be Joseph must be watching. So he probably felt bad because I hadn't mentioned his name or shown his video.
Oh, he's watching the show.
Joseph, I'll give you your own show, buddy. I'm going to show
Joseph.
yours on the next show. Okay, we saw the horse. Anything with the horse is kind of funny to end on, right?
The horse is funny to end on.
It's pretty funny. Oh shit! Hold on. I found the picture.
Of a horse strapped down?
Camel.
Camel strapped
The
down?
camel, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow. 2 camels.
It's not how
Yeah.
I would have pictured it.
Yeah.
They're just chilling though. You're right.
Hey, dude, those straps are on tight.
I fucking know, dude. It was wild. I can't believe that I was watching this.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, imagine how fucked that would be if that truck crashed.
Go back to that other picture. Oh, for a second there in that driver's side, it looked like there was like a dog driving it or something.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Racist. You're saying that Afghanis look like dogs. Racist.
No,
So,
I
yeah.
didn't say that.
That's how they transport camels when they're going too far for them to walk.
How about 374? How about this fucking crazy woke bitch fucking played in Saudi Arabia for $24 million? That makes Beyonce a whore, by the way. I'm saying that with
she's
peace.
like the head of
I'm
the
sa-
Illuminati.
I'm saying that with peace and love. What a fucking shitbag. What a fucking shitbag. Dubai paid Beyonce $24 million. How can you be woke and play in Saudi Arabia? You can't, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
Call democracy a tyranny and you won't recognize tyranny when it hands you a check. God, you're such a fucking useless bitch. How does anyone listen to her music anymore? These people are such fucking crazy sellouts.
Oh, I was watching something too. I forget where it was, so I can't credit it. But they were talking about Beyonce. They're going, yeah, all you guys, like, there was a panel of women. Might have been the Fresh and Fit podcast, like a clip from there. But they were saying, look, you guys are buying what she's selling. She's all the single ladies. I'm gonna replace you in a minute.
I hate that song. The single
she
ladies
goes,
are put a ring on it. You fucking bitch.
And she goes, and he goes, but look at the way she acts.
Yes.
She's loyal to her husband, Jay-Z. Jay-Z got caught fooling around with another chick. She's still there. Like, she does all. And so it's funny that the messaging that comes across in her music isn't the way that she is living her life.
No. Hey,
And
the
this is another
surest way
example of
to,
that.
hey, listen, women. If you have to ask your husband to for a ring or to get married, you should know you're not the right woman for him. If you have to do anything like that, like if you have to do anything with an ultimatum, you deserve all the wrath that comes on you after that.
The ultimatum.
Yeah, if you have to do anything even remotely like that, you're done. For anything bad things that happens to you after that around that ultimatum, just be prepared. You deserved it. You asked for it. You demanded it. You earned it. All those words. Put a ring on it. Shut your fucking mouth.
I think sometimes too, because the wedding industry is so fucking crazy that like half of the women that are pushing for like that ultimatum or like, you know, wanting to flash forward it, or mostly because they're just in love with the thought of the wedding, right?
I have no idea if that's true. Hey, dude, I don't even understand any of that. I don't claim to. I don't have any empathy for it. I have no understand. But I have had friends who've literally gotten married to save the relationship.
That's weird. That's like when have you seen the thing too when couples are like,
and then, by the way, it didn't work. It didn't work.
Shit. It's like the only thing worse than that is I hear like, oh well, we had a kid because we're just trying to work through things and make our relationship better. And you're like, whoa, you had a kid? Like, you don't think that's gonna put an immense strain on it? Like, that seems like it would do the opposite.
You're done.
Know?
You're toast. You're toast.
Go to fucking Rome for 2 weeks. That'll help.
I was afraid that I was gonna die and like maybe and all my shit was gonna I wanted it to be easy for my wife to get all my shit. And I was afraid that if my wife died, my wife actually had a shitload of money in her name in a bank account. And I wanted to make sure if she died, I got all her shit. And actually all our shit's in her name. Like, I don't have any houses or anything in my name. Everything's in my wife's name. I don't do any of that stuff.
Full circle back to homeless.
Right. We wouldn't own shit if it wasn't for her. Dude, that minivan I drive, I took my mom with me to Toyota and had my mom buy it. Like I just gave her the money or something. I can't remember exactly how it worked out, but she like
Gave
did
her a
all the
credit
paperwork. I
check.
just sat there. I just paid for it. Can't do any of that stuff. And so then we just went to the courthouse. We had some Chinese lady marry us, and it was actually you still have to do a ceremony. It's kind of weird. And then she gave us some blessing in Chinese, which at first,
that's
which
cool.
it was actually really cool. I was like, what'd you say? Chinese blessing. Oh, you're very good.
Awesome.
And, yeah.
Rough out
And
loud.
she was pregnant with twins, and Avi was there. That's what my wedding was like. I could tell my mom was bummed. I mean, not bummed. She's the only family member there. We needed a witness.
Oh, you didn't get like a full like wedding, little ceremony, little speech.
No, it's a random Chinese lady. Like it was just available there.
She was just on shift.
Yeah, she was probably hired in some DEI fucking thing in Oakland.
Oh.
It was in Oakland or Alameda or something. Yeah, and my wife doesn't have a wedding ring either. But did she release the ceremonial Chinese Bible in a thing yet? Hey, oh God, just all that dumb shit. Oh God, you guys do some of the dumbest shit ever. If you spend more than 30 cents on a fucking set, by the way, stop calling it a gender reveal party. It's a sex reveal party. If you spend more than 30 cents on that, you're a jackass. I've told you guys this story before. I put $10,000 in each of my kids' names in a mutual fund. And when they're 77 years old, those will be worth over $11 million each.
Yeah, but they won't have the experience and joy of watching the video of their gender reveal party. So
That is true.
you deprive
Everything
them.
comes with a cost. That is true. What Susan just said. Everything comes with a cost. Hey, and I'm not dogging on people who do buy wedding rings or who do buy marriages, but just think it out first. I think, dude, some of the best parties I've ever been to in my life have been wedding parties. They are so fun. They bring so much fun and joy and happiness and love and camaraderie. Good play for the families to meet up. I'm not shitting on them. One of my friends didn't invite me to his fucking wedding because he thought I shit on weddings. It's like, no, I don't live in this world of duality like the rest of you peasants. You have to understand. I'm like Forrest Gump. I'm an enlightened retard.
I just think people too just don't think that far out in front. Like I know a lot of people my age and like
I don't either. Someone else had to think it for me. Like probably my mom told me.
Well, the other thing too that's crazy is like I know a lot of people that are my age or a little bit younger that are just swimming up to their ears in debt. I mean, lots of
me and
debt.
my wife have no debt. Debt would kill me.
And they're talking about,
I would never be able to sleep if I had debt. That would kill me.
And they're talking about this for their wedding and this and that, and they're spending all this money. And in the meantime, they're still doing weekend trips here and there and going to concerts and festivals. And I'm just like, you know that any number less than 0 is 0. So you're spending money that you don't have. Like if you have tens of thousands of dollars in debt and you're going out and doing all these things, like you're just wasting and buying and selling more and more and more of your future. Because eventually that shit catches up. You can only
more ridiculous than 2 camels strapped to the back of a tow truck.
That is ridiculous.
As a Jewish woman, how did your family feel about it? So this is how Jewish families go. Well, my sister's wife had 2 amazing weddings. We didn't need to have a wedding. 2 amazing weddings. But as Jewish families go, they go from they want you to marry a Jewish boy to they don't give a fuck. They want you to be married and start having kids. And dude, like, I don't know. What me and my wife have given our family with our 3 boys is like everyone knows to be quiet. Like my kids love their grandparents and their extended family, and they shower our extended family with love. So I think everyone's quiet. They're like, all right, they gave us 3 amazing boys. And you have to imagine, we all come from people from hardcore academia too. They think we're batshit crazy for no injections and homeschooling, but everyone just keeps their mouth shut and just rolls with it.
Yeah. Did you get a lot of pressure for the vaccine?
No,
Within
no
your
one,
group?
no, because I'm out with like this. I walk around like this with my fucking claws out and teeth
ready
out,
to
ready to
pounce?
yeah.
I got so much pressure.
I'm nasty.
You know what's funny though? I didn't get pressure from.
You're a nice guy though too. I'm a little more. You don't have stank on you. I have stank on me. Like
That's
I'm ready
true.
to fight.
I like lean into it. Like I lean in with curiosity. Someone's like,
Yeah.
you should get the jab. And I'm like, what made you think about that? And they're like,
Yeah, I don't do
you're not
that.
going to argue with me? And I'm like, no. I just want to know how you got to that thought. But the
I'll
funny
start
thing
fat shaming someone like right off the bat.
is 3 people who I did not get pressure for the vaccine. Well, 4, I guess.
Yeah.
My parents, so count
Yeah.
them as 2. Grace, count that as number 3, and then my brother, number 4. Those 4 people never
cool.
never brought it up. One time, I think at the beginning, Grace was like, "Hey, are you thinking about getting it, or like what's your stance on it?" And I was like, no, I'm not. And she was just like, okay. And then that literally was it. She never re-brought it back up. And I had to jump through a ton of hoops to go to family reunions where I was outcasted, couldn't stay with certain family and shit.
Caleb had his job held against him.
So did everybody else. I was lucky enough that.
No, but he really had his job held against him.
No, I know. Yeah.
Like I have friends who are cops where every single person in the police force got the injection except him. But Caleb was like, hey, we're going to kick you out.
To be fair, if I hadn't taken it, then I wouldn't have gotten deployed and wouldn't have 6 months of working on the show too. So,
hey, they would have kicked you out. They would have kicked you out.
Yeah, for sure. And what's funny now is everybody that they did kick out, the recruiters are messaging them saying, hey, there's no vaccine requirement anymore. Like, you want to come back? And they're like, fuck no, dude.
Hey, your stepmom's your stepdad I know was molesting you for 3 years, but I want to tell you, your mom has now divorced him. Come back home.
Exactly.
No, it's okay. I'm good.
Like, nah, dude. It's a bunch of bullshit.
I have debt mainly because of super chats, and I approve.
You're a good dude, Zombie.
I just pretended I got it, kept my family off your back. Fair, yeah.
Easiest way, yeah. Just not have to deal with it that way.
Hey, it was actually, what's crazy? It was actually the reverse. Now that I think about it, I was the asshole telling my family members how dumb they were for getting the injection, and that's kind of like been my mom always told me that from a young age, that my defense is going on the offense. And so that's probably like I immediately probably just started attacking people for getting it. And
they just knew right away
to build a hedge against them being able to attack me. And then what's crazy is my wife finally, I was still willing to wear the mask, like to go into places and get what I needed, or just not go to those places. And my wife was actually, who's the most docile, gentle fucking human being ever, she just stopped wearing her mask. And she would go into Whole Foods and they'd be like, ma'am, you have to leave. And she would just ignore them. And she'd go to a check stand and they'd be like, ma'am, I'm not going to check you out. And then she'd keep going to other check stands until finally someone would check her out. It was some bizarre behavior on my wife's part. Just stay chill.
I heard a lot, and I saw this like older lady not have hers, and she like rolled into the grocery store because it was the same here. Like the pressure was immense. If you walked somewhere without a mask, you were like enemy number one. Yeah. And she like came into the store. One of the workers was like, "Oh, ma'am, you need your mask," and she goes, "Oh, honey, not me. I'm okay. Thank you, though." And then he kind of just like didn't know what to do because she was so nice, and he just moved along. And I have my fucking little mask on, and I was like, I am such a bitch.
It was just some random lady you saw do that?
Some random lady. I think I called you and told you about it, or like you had called me, and I was like, dude, I feel like such a wuss because this older lady, probably in her like early 70s or something, was just kind of like super polite about it and was like, no, that's not for me. And like kept moving on with her day. And the guy like didn't really know how to react. And then here I come with my little handkerchief over my face. Like, okay, what am I even doing here?
The first thing that happened when I walked into the clinic when I got back, I was like walking down the hallway, like I wasn't wearing a mask or anything. And I didn't realize that they're still mandating it in our hospital. And I was just like walking by, and then like the boss of the hospital like ran me down.
Wow.
Like to give me she's like, do you have a mask? I was like, no, why would I have one? And then she like was like, okay, well, let me go find you one. And she like walked around the clinic. I literally just stood there and waited for her. And it's like, this is a colonel in 06 like scrounging around the hospital trying to find me a mask because I wasn't wearing one. I'm like,
hey,
this is fucking hilarious.
Hey, how crazy. And those people who are like, let me find you a mask, they have no idea what pieces of shit they are. Hey, I wonder if you could be like, hey, I will not put on a mask unless it comes in a sealed bag. I don't want a mask that anyone else has ever touched.
Right.
And it's just a box like that people just put all their fucking hands in. Like,
yeah.
I don't see the difference.
Yeah. There's only one time that I got angry about it. It was actually at my grandfather's funeral. And they already had it to where it was super like.
Was it outside?
No, it was inside, and it was they were trying to limit the number of people, but I mean he was 95, so it wasn't like there was a ton of people, and a bunch of the family didn't travel at that time. But I remember like walking into there, and they kind of make you do the dog and pony, and so I kind of have the thing, and I go to walk in, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm not wearing this. My grandfather was fucking, fought World War II and shit, and here I am with a little bitch ass mask on, separated 6 feet away from the rest of my family, so. I just took it off, and then one of the really overweight fucking people that worked there tried to come over and tell me to put it on, and I just looked him right in the face, and I was like, "Not happening."
And that was it.
And then just stood there and just fucking stared at her. Yeah, and she was just like, "Okay," and like left. And normally, I don't know what really came over me. It's probably just the fact of like also like grieving the loss or something. But I was like, "Yeah, this is the stand. Like, fuck off." Like all, like it's not happening in this situation.
Let me read through some of these. If someone tells me they're pro-vax, I will argue against it. If someone tells me they're anti-vax, I argue against it. I like to see people's reasoning. If it's flawed, I fight. Being anti-vax is just stupid.
Yeah, Trish seems like one of those people that would just argue just to argue.
Only got pressured by my employer. I was ostracized at work for not getting it. I should have pulled a Caleb and refused to get it. Does Caleb get a Chinese spy balloon battle ribbon? I refused and they still didn't kick me out. Joke was on me, I guess. Why would any family members even ask that? My cop husband was pressured to do it. I fought for him and got an exemption. Oh, that's awesome. My cop friend who didn't do it, he had to basically just take the nose test every single day. And then eventually he stopped doing that. And of course, no one enforced that. Trish. Oh, Trish is employed. My employer had a requirement that we get it. Then it slowly went away. Like when your parents ground you for 6 months and by the second month, they let you start going out again. I had to get, I had Kermit the Frog. I had to get the COVID vaccine one day and then the flu vaccine the next day. So I didn't get kicked out of school. God, that's so crazy. It is so crazy. Victor Brown, the most educated are always the easily influenced. I know. Why is that? Mr. Pedro from Coffee Pods and Wads. I stopped wearing a mask at school and got looks like I was walking around with my dick out. Jokes on them. I wouldn't even notice if I had it out. Oh, my goodness. David Weed is in here in Spain. The cops gave you tickets on the beach boardwalk if you didn't have a mask. Wow. Oh, you're in Spain. So you're some mill guy. So David is a mill guy who is on some sort of disability. He's getting $3,000 or $4,000 a month for some mental disability, and he's living his best life in Spain. And his only grasp on reality is the Sevan Podcast.
I like that story.
Well, it's good. It's good. I'm with it.
It's perfect. Yeah.
How about fucking Ben Bergeron's gym? They claimed like some sort of, they patted themselves on the back for closing early, like they were some sort of leaders. They they insinuated that all gyms should close down. They wore masks and then they put those plastic things behind them. But here's the thing I trip on, and I like Ben, but there's nowhere in stillness. There's nowhere in space and in stillness, which is something that Ben Bergeron prides himself, I think, on cultivating through all of these stoicism books and such, where there is direction to do any of that. If you would have just sat still, anyone, for 2 or 3 minutes and just looked to the heavens and been like, God, should I get the injection or wear a mask? I don't even believe in God. You would have gotten the answer. Fucking knuckleheads. Here in I was at Amazon at the time. They shamed the people who didn't get it. If you got the jab, you didn't have to wear a mask. So there were like 5 of us that had to continue wearing masks.
Just so they knew who you were.
And you know what I would always do? I would get my mask. I would tear out the inside layer, those black ones, so it was super thin. And then I would just take scissors and snip a shitload of holes in the mask so that I could breathe easily.
That would have been okay.
Had to get the injection to keep my job. And I mean, I wore, like, I'd take my kid to the hospital once, so I had to wear it. Had to get the injection to keep my job at Social Security. A few weeks later, they lifted the requirement. Oh, God. That shit just pisses me off. A bunch of followers at the gym. They followed the COVID shit, followed the woke crowd with Glassman. Now they follow up a bunch of names on the game's leaderboard.
I just the one of the bigger disappointments for me was listening to the Bergeron in fuck, I forgot. Ryan Holiday podcast.
Yes, Ryan Holiday is another piece of shit. What a joke, dude! All these people just expose that they don't practice what they preach. They all expose themselves.
Yeah, I was.
Hey, dude, I'm totally cool if you fuck up. That's the thing. Like, but if you don't, but if you like Liver King, like, I'm all for honesty. I put the premium on honesty. Like let people be honest. Give people the space in the room to be honest. Like, you fucked up. You shouldn't have talked shit about Greg. You fucked up. You shouldn't have put mask on. You shouldn't have gone though,
Dude, I remember listening to that podcast and I was like excited about it because I thought the whole podcast was going to be just on how they're processing things. Like
he was on Ryan Holiday's podcast.
Other way around.
Oh, Ryan Holiday was on his podcast.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And I was like, I was looking forward to it because I just thought it was just going to be about like them discussing how do we know what we believe to be true? How are we seeking and processing the truth in a time like this? How are we cultivating some awareness, some stillness? How are we able to just take in the information without reacting or responding super quick? Like, I thought like this was going to be like the theme of the podcast, and they immediately both just went into like apologizing as to why they were white for like the first 15 minutes. And the part that
my God, are you serious? Hey, that's just poor. So think about that, how weak your fucking mental horsepower is to think that there's any help in feeling bad for what your ancestors did.
And how do you even know your ancestors did it? Like,
where does that end?
It doesn't.
Where does that end? I'm just curious. What happens when you go back to 3,500 years ago and you find out that there's a shitload of black people who were enslaving white people? And what happens then? I just watched the dumbest fucking movie ever on fucking Netflix. I wanted to enjoy it so much because it had Eddie Murphy on it. And I fucking hardly ever watch TV. I watch so little TV. And I spent fucking 2 hours with my family watching it. By the way, if anyone wants to see this movie and you want to see how dumb people are in Los Angeles, it is a pretty realistic portrayal of people in LA. It's crazy. It's a Eddie Murphy with Jonah Hill, You People or something. It's about a Jewish
dude. I
guy.
just watched that. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I never watched it. And Grace was like, here, you're going to put this on, I think it's kind of fun. What did you think? You didn't like it?
It just made me just realize why I hate everyone in LA. Those people aren't acting. You have to know those people aren't like, that's really what LA is like. That poor girl, Laura, like, did you see how made up everyone is? What happened to Julia Louis-Dreyfus's face? She has so much plastic surgery. Eddie Murphy doesn't look human. This girl, Lauren London, the black girl in the movie, Amira, they must spend an hour making her up for every scene. You want to talk about systemic fucking racism? You present that other woman's hot as shit, though, by the way, that older Eddie Murphy's wife in that movie. Mm-hmm. She must be like Japanese and black or something. She's fucking hot. I'm kind of into old ladies though, but it's so fucking crazy. Hey, if you only present black people on TV that it takes them 2 hours before they can show their face, that's, to me, just the worst kind of racism. It's the same thing with like that chick that Andrew Hiller got in a fight with on YouTube. I forget her name, not Unsporty Beth, but one of the other chicks. It's like, dude, it clearly takes you an hour before you can leave the house. Yeah, Julie LaRue, I didn't even know. Oh, I love David Duchovny. But how much plastic surgery did that Seinfeld chick have? We were 30 minutes in and my wife and I were still arguing whether that was really her or not. Finally, someone just... Yeah, this movie was so fucking annoying. There were some funny parts in it.
There were some funny parts.
Yeah, when they're in the car and he's like, the song by what is it, "Niggas in Paris" by Jay-Z or something. Was it Jay-Z?
Kanye West.
Kanye West.
And he's like trying to get him to say it, but he won't.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny. There's definitely some funny parts where they poked out some stuff.
And Jonah Hill's great for the first 30 minutes, and then his shtick is just old. And he's just a path. At first, I was like, is he trying to be funny, or is this character a pathological liar? Because that character never told the truth.
Yeah.
That character
was
lied
weird.
about everything. And I was like, how is that? At some point, you have to I started feeling sorry for his wife. I was like, oh shit, you're married to a fucking liar. But they were playing it off like it was supposed to be funny. I don't know.
Yeah. It was weird.
Who was in Paris? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you were supposed to feel guilty about being white. It was pretty balanced. It made fun of the black people as much as the white people. It was balanced in that sense. But it just made. But LA people are such douchebags. If you live in LA, get out. Get out. Move anywhere. Oh, the Joneses thing is real. Like, you got to have Gucci shoes if they have Gucci shoes, and you have to there's no being yourself in LA.
Mm-hmm.
It is a crazy competition.
It's all a facade.
You can't laugh out loud. You can't take the general statistics and apply it to all the podcasts. Libs aren't going to watch this show. I bet 10% or less have taken the vax who listen to the show.
And you'd be wrong, Jonathan. You'd be wrong.
No way, dude. More than 50% of the people who listen to the show are vaxxed. Guaranteed.
Yeah, we took our completely sound bulletproof poll.
Science.
Trust the science, Jonathan.
We had a medical professional. Sevan, has the woke world told you what it means to be cisgender? That's just me, right? That's what I am, right? That's just like if you're just a dude who likes girls. I try not to learn any of that stuff. I do my best, but I think I know that one is just if you're a guy who likes girls.
There's a lot to keep up with.
Is a girl who likes guys, is that cisgender too?
That's pansexual.
What happened to straight?
Pansexual.
You mean racist?
Yeah, right.
You mean white supremacist? Fascist? That's what straight is.
Okay. How are you guys on time?
I gotta go pretty soon here.
What's this Alex Stein one? 363. That might be old. Erasing it from the list. Look at it. Oh yeah, look at. Yeah, so this is interesting. Alex Stein is in the UK, and he's calling Prince Andrew out for being a pedophile. I think there's some video.
I think he starts his new show soon too.
King Charles evicts disgraced Prince Andrew from Buckingham Palace. What's the leniency? What's the leniency you have for pedophiles? I guess even if they come out, I guess that's where you have to, where I'm inconsistent. You have to call bullshit on me because I don't forgive them. I don't think I have any. I don't know if I'm big enough for that.
No way. Fuck them all.
Yeah, There's
a hat.
Hey, dude, I'd rather be molested than killed. I guess
if you get to live.
Yeah, because you get to live. I'd rather have someone molest a child than kill a child. There's also different levels of molestation. What Alex Caceres said. A guy broke into his fucking house and was robbing his house. And as a little kid, he said something from his bed. No, don't take my Nintendo. And the dude takes him in the closet and fucking skull fucks him. He said he made him touch his dick. That's what I'm assuming he did. Put his dick in the kid's mouth. Hey, dude. Oh, man. I don't know if I could forgive someone for that ever.
Yeah, that's fucked.
I don't know. I need, not in the state of mind I'm in now. Now I want to say some stuff that would upset my wife that I want to happen to that guy. Yeah, that's a thin line to cross. Yeah, I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but yeah, execution by a firing squad for pedophiles is pretty lenient. I know. I don't want to say that out loud. I feel like we shouldn't be. I feel like we're all just like cells living in the body, and we shouldn't want to kill any of the cells. But man, that's some pretty hardcore cancer. Did you see the TV network dude who raped toddlers and now faces a max for 20 years? No, but I saw the guy who stayed at Boston Children's Hospital and won the Nobel Prize, who raped more than 50 boys. We did a piece on him.
Gosh, this is dark now.
Kill them all. God, let God sort them out.
You should have stopped at the camel.
All right. Let's see if hold on. When you can't learn a lesson and your friends and family hate you. Disneyland is a sugar vacation.
Disneyland is a sugar vacation.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's just look at that one real quick. We'll just go through that one quick. We won't be mean. We won't hate on anyone. What number is that? 3. You do? What number is it? Oh, 359.
Yeah, 359.
Okay. The person who tagged you in this wants you to go to Disney with you and eat all the food. Here we go.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's Disneyland. Seriously, that's what I remember about it. Just watching people eat that stuff.
Hey, there was a vegetable option. You guys didn't see that corn?
I did see it.
It's slathered in butter, cinnamon, and sugar, but it's corn. Yeah, that's crazy.
Nice.
Hey,
when
I told Greg, I said, hey, about a month ago, I told him, I said, hey, dude, Disneyland's so fucking bad. I go, and I basically told him that it's just a place where people go to eat sugar, and that's all it is. And I'm not joking. It's not poetic license. Like literally, that's what it is. Just like when you go to Baskin Robbins, you know, like yesterday I was thinking about taking the kids to Baskin Robbins, and I pictured myself sitting there in the, you know, after you order your ice cream, just sitting there and eating sugar. And I'd be like, yeah, that's the experience, right? It's 30 minutes of eating sugar. And I'm not even hating on that. That's just what it is. That's fun. I'd like eating ice cream. And so we ended up not going. Took them to Mexican food instead. Poor kids. Poor kids.
I know, that's good because now they're associating that.
Yeah, they were just happy that they got to go out. And so I told Greg, I said, hey, that's all Disneyland is it's people in their brains looking for an excuse to go somewhere and eat sugar. That's all it is. It's just like a trip to Baskin Robbins, but you get to do it for like 3 days. And he kind of he pushed back a little bit on that. And then so he went to Disney World recently with his family.
Never mind, you were right.
He didn't say no, but he basically said that like it was the worst way to spend 4 days of his life that he could ever imagine. I wish I could remember his exact words. It was so fucking eloquent, but he absolutely despised it. Like everything about it. He said that there was that the place had 0 testosterone. Yeah. I don't know. Why one step? Yeah. Why one step away from alcohol? Because sugar, like you enjoy when you're eating it, and alcohol, even after you drink it, you get to enjoy it for a couple hours. Maybe alcohol. Yeah.
Maybe she's just talking about like the emotional pull. You know, like you feel stressed or you're celebrating something. There's usually some sort of sugar or alcohol tied to that, right?
Right.
Oh, it's Sevan's birthday, so we're going to go over, we're going to drink today and blah, blah, blah. Oh, he's having the kids over for the birthday. We're going to have cake and all this. So they're just usually closely tied to some sort of feeling of celebration or happiness or something like that. And then you search
and
for those
drinking's
things
just what you do when you get home from work.
Yeah.
Yeah, Disney World does need to contact California Hormones. Trish, chemically, socially, emotionally.
Yeah.
Um, 352 is thumb, shoes, Biden. Oh, here. This one's interesting. 348, breaking shit. God, this one might be a good one to end on. Please be something good breaking. Breaking stuff is always fun.
We've seen this like a million times.
Oh, we have? Okay, I'll erase it. God, why am I that bad at erasing stuff?
Speaking of which, though,
yeah, we've seen this.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, just one time for this. Just one. We analyzed this. We broke this down. We needed Blade for this show, actually.
This happened to somebody else.
Is tested there.
Ouch. This happened again to like a really old woman that was delivering pizza. She was probably like 60, 70 years old. And she like fell going up the stairs to deliver the pizza. And the people she was delivering to like made a GoFundMe, and like it's got like $150,000 or something.
Is there a video for it?
Yeah, I have to go search for it real quick.
So I don't know what's going on. Okay, Lauren Khalil. So there's this. Here's the thing. we'll finish on this. There's this thing called the Morning Chalk Up, and it covers the CrossFit space, and it was kind of the premier, I guess, written information content for CrossFit Inc. And there was a guy over there named Justin LaFranco who owned it, and he's a weird dude. For a variety of reasons. You can take my word for it or not, I don't care. But he's weird. He's trippy cat. And he's got some issues that I'm sure a lot of people have. Anyway, so he's running this thing and he's getting weirder and weirder. And basically he was in cahoots with CrossFit, and there was some weird shit going on there during the whole Rose administration. And they had this fucking complete scumbag working there, Andrew Weinstein. I was just thinking the other day, I think I said this on the show, how weird it is that the people who fired me are now no longer around CrossFit. And think of, I like Dom, but think how dumb everyone is there for not bringing me back. Now maybe I've just said too much to come back, but think how dumb they are. The guy who fucking was the head of the was the second guy ever hired on the media department, and was there from when it grew to 300 gyms to 15,000 gyms. But then they have my interns. They have my interns who work for the company now running the media department, and people who suck cock to get to the top. I mean that with all due respect. People who actually blew people to get their jobs are now in leadership positions there. And I can say that knowing that they can't fire me because I know that. Right? That no one can sue me or say anything because I know that. How's that? Anyway, so what a fucking mess. But so all that woke crowd and all those woke people, they're still there. They know why they were hired, either whether it be for their sexual, who they sleep with, the color of their skin. Everyone knows who they are. And the time, it'll only be a matter of time before the people who own that company figure it out, or Don figures it out, or they already have crazy shit going on there that I don't want to tell you about because I don't want to upset my friends who still work there. And I don't want to upset Don, but slowly it'll come out. But I'm not obligated to tell you either because I'm not the fucking Morning Chalk. By the way, the Morning Chalk Up knows too. Everyone in all the news outlets knows exactly what's going on over there. It's like CNN. They know what's going on. They're just not, everyone's afraid to report on it. I would say that I'm not afraid. I'm just trying to be loyal. But anyway, so and it's fun too. It's fun to be in the know and kind of not tell you guys because I'm so cool. So Lauren Khalil was over at the Morning Chalk Up, and they have real issues over there. Yeah, you'll eventually know. They had real issues over there, like as weird as the issues going on over at CrossFit Inc. now. And so LaFranca went missing for a while, and you know that Brian and Patrick Clark left, and Tommy left. And they had some other real issues going there, and some lawsuits, or at least some potential lawsuits and litigation opening up there between two of their superstars that were left on the team. And now Lauren Khalil is left. And so where Lauren Khalil will go, I mean, I could guess. I would guess that maybe she's going to go to Barbend, where Patrick and Brian are, or she's going to maybe leave the space altogether. Maybe she's going to go back work for television news, or who else is she could go to?
I think she should just do her own thing.
She could do her own thing. Maybe she'll look to do more commentating. Maybe try to work with Hamilton Road. Who knows? Other people in the space. But I haven't talked to her, and I know that I just know from what she posted, and I didn't even read the whole post. I just skimmed through it. But it's kind of, it's all inevitable. The woke people, their shit is just, they're savages. They eat each other. There's no loyalty there. They're scumbags of the highest order. You know that from listening to this show, and just from the ones you see in your own life. What did I miss? Should I read something?
Sean wants to
out and Beaver and get Lauren over here. Here's the I don't think Lauren
even be mad about it.
I don't think Lauren Khalil's a good fit for this show. I really don't. Maybe if you 6 months ago Lauren has a job. What's her job? Oh, working at a gym? Yeah, maybe she'll if that's what you mean. I don't She made a great guest for the show. I don't think I'm interested in investing more energy and resources into the CrossFit space than I have already. And other people have developed crazy too, right? I mean, I would have JR on fucking all the fucking time. I would have Taylor on. I enjoy working with Tyler Watkins, John Young, Mike Halpin, just any of the people that we've had on over the years. Fuck, we did hopefully get James Townsend back on to help us with the games. So I think Lauren's too professional for this show. She's too
Well,
clean.
I think we'd have her on in different settings, right? Like,
yeah,
she come on and contribute, or like I like to have her when we do the competition stuff. Maybe she could come in here and argue with a couple of the boys. Like that shit would be fun.
right. But she wants to do more CrossFit stuff, and I want to do less CrossFit stuff.
For sure.
Yeah. So, I think I haven't talked to her in 6 months. I think one of the things when I wanted to bring her on the show, one of the things I wanted to do is give her the room to explore other shit. The cool thing about this show is, if you are the kind of person who wants to explore other ideas, this is a fucking safe place to do it. This is a fucking really safe place to do it. She's going to land on her feet just fine. Okay, so she's going to go over to get with the programming and do hey, here's the thing with what Chase is saying right here. There's nowhere to land on your feet in the CrossFit space. Everywhere you land, you're going to land on your knees. So there's nowhere safe to land on your feet. So I on one hand, I see what Chase is saying, but there's no there's no there in this space. There's no. It's really hard to find security. So anyway, that's that. And if you keep reminding me, I'll keep sharing you my thoughts on what's going to happen there with her. I'm sure in a second. What I'm more curious about. Hey, can we go to Morning Chalk Up to their YouTube station? I'm more curious what's going to happen to their. I mean,
just let you know, I got a jam pretty soon here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay. My breakfast time is gone. I still got a few more minutes, and then I'll do whatever.
Rebuilding the big plan ahead. CrossFit CEO. I just think 30 million people. So click on that, and let's see. And then click in the middle somewhere. Oh shit! So she had Dawn on again. Let me hear the audio on that. I want to hear how good or bad his audio is.
I wonder, because this is something that I've had conversations with a lot of people.
Don't get us in trouble. 7 seconds.
When we look at drop it, and then move it forward to where you see him talk. Otherwise, we'll get dinged.
Again, if I come back to for us as we look at our 2030 vision and where we're going.
Okay. So that's interesting. That's a day ago.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Well, I don't think that was recorded a day ago. She loads a lot of stuff in the pipeline, right?
Yeah, what's gonna happen to will you bring up the Morning Chalk Up again? Just their I want to see how good they're doing over there.
YouTube or
the morning yeah, just their YouTube station. Want to see how so that got so that's a huge video for them. 2,000 views in 24 hours, and then 2,000 views in 4 days. The one before that with Patrick Vellner. Yeah, I don't know who's gonna run this station for them. They are in they're in a world of hurt.
I guess in a week or so we'll find out, huh?
I guess, or maybe she'll vanish for a few months. Like maybe her and Justin LaFranco are running away to get married. Because he's gone, and maybe they're going away to start their own thing together. Judy Reed, it was crazy that she posted the Dawn interview and then announced she was leaving Morning Chalk Up the same day. Shout out to Hiller for being a real G. I tried to get Hiller to come on the show with me last night. A surprise show. Presley will likely move into that role. J-Lo has absolutely mercilessly ass-banged his own company. But I've never even seen, does Presley talk? You've met her, right? I've only seen her in the comments in here. Has she ever been on a podcast, or has she done any speaking up front?
Not that I don't know, but I feel like she could do it. Like she definitely has from the conversation I'd had with her, she has a personality. The question is like, I know her and Lauren and stuff are pretty tight. So the question is like, is she going to stay or is she going to leave with Lauren?
She's gone.
Yeah.
You've heard it here first. Presley's leaving. Is that literally or figuratively? The literally. No one knows what happened at morning. Justin LaFranco, or no one wants to talk about it publicly. Is actually the truth. Everyone knows there's something going on. Just no one's talking about it. She does her coffee podcast and used to have her own show before. Okay.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Oh, she got a coffee podcast too, like yours, Coffee Pods and Wads. Cease and desist. Oh yeah, that's Presley. That is a huge fuck up. Get that shit out from behind the paywall, please. That is a disaster. Is Justin sharing a padded cell with Rosa now? Okay, at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time today, we will have Jaime back on. Mr. Javier Jaime. And he owns CrossFit OTL on the line. If you didn't listen to the first podcast we did with him, it was yesterday. It was awesome. We've never done a second part with an affiliate owner, but he has this whole homeschooling thing he's doing, and I want to hear all about it. He will be on today at 5 p.m. Then tomorrow at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we will have Emily Kaplan on, affectionately known as the Glassman Whisperer. Want to hang with my mom? What are you doing now, Caleb?
I'm gonna go make lunch, and then.
But it's our fasting day. What are you doing?
What the fuck is fasting? No way,
Okay.
dude. No fucking shot. I did that. I'm not doing that shit anymore.
Susan, and then what? You're gonna eat?
Yeah. Fucking work out.
Is your wife okay with you coming back and doing the podcast still?
I don't know. We might have something planned for this afternoon, but we'll see.
No, I just mean in general.
Oh, yeah. She's cool with that.
She is. You get any slack for the podcast from your wife?
No.
None?
None.
All right. Souza, what are you doing after this?
I'm going to immediately leave here and go to the gym. I'm now fasting too.
On on Sundays?
On Sundays that we do 2 hours and 46-minute shows, and I don't get to eat before I go.
Oh,
to the gym.
right.
I tried. I want to try, but like I'm one of those that like I just like when my blood sugar gets low, I always start to just feel like not woozy, but just nauseous a little bit. I don't know why.
Yeah, I go through that. I go through that through the day. Some days, especially if I abuse myself on Saturday, I'll feel there'll be a moment where I feel nauseous on Sundays. Hey, I'm a little jealous that she interviewed Dawn again. It makes me want to interview Dawn again. Sometimes I like to just interview people after other people have interviewed them to show them that I'm better than them.
We'll just get them on again. Hey, we saw you on the morning chocolate. We're gonna need some time.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Love you guys. See you guys this afternoon. Bye-bye.